one.
So hello everybody.
Yeah, we entered the stream and Rem's already laughing.
You still like fucking. Damn it! I had a bit set up for this one this week, and I lost it because you.
Bastards, beat me.
Well, I would, but you were talking. I was waiting for you to finish. Hi, everybody.
Hello, everybody. It's good that we're laughing here because at least if we die, we're going to be dying laughing.
Oh god, yeah, it's a real possibility today, isn't
Because
it?
you have Yaka. Last week you went
I was
through.
sorry.
Last week you finished level 2, descended down into level 3 of the Tomb of Annihilation, the Vault of Reflection. You didn't get too far before you discovered that this level is a Beholder's Lair, and that the Beholder has a strange alien growth covering many portions of the level, through which it can watch you, and also, if you try to destroy the alien mold, shoot disintegration rays at you. When you were scouting around, trying to find a way around this alien growth, Alessander moved through a crawl space and found herself in a small room with nothing but a strange golden skull sitting on a pedestal. And
Oh, you've got the wrong. Sorry, I started speaking without even thinking. I was going to say you got the wrong overlay up.
Oh yeah, I do. I got the 1:30 Tuesday. Her first instinct.
Also, is the Sam? Is this?
Yeah, you're fine.
Is the Sam working? Oh, Sam,
Yeah.
Good.
Her
No,
first.
I meant like the actual stream.
Yeah, no, it's working. I checked it. Her first instinct
sorry, I'm stepping on your toes.
her first instinct was to not touch the skull, but Nang, the god spirit in her head, convinced her what could be the harm in just touching it. Of course, just touching it proved to be what activated the enchantment on the skull, thus awakening the spirit of Yaka, a bard who once resided in ancient Omu, who wants nothing more than to follow the party, regaling them with the very cheesy comedy material he has performed over the last couple of centuries of slumber. Alessander did manage to convince him to occasionally be quiet when asked. It cost 2,000 GP, which she had to feed him one coin, one by one. However, the offer still stands. If she is to give him 8,000 more GP, then he will return to his pedestal and leave the party alone. And
Then
so
she promptly switched to Bobbit because she had no interest in dealing with this crap anymore.
And so, here we are. Feeding Yaka his 2,000 coins one by one has taken just over 2 hours, as he takes a solid 5 to 10 seconds to chew and savour each coin, rolling it around in his mouth, chomping it into gold dust, and then magically swallowing it, obliterating it from existence. And as soon as he's done eating, he zooms through the crawl space, pops out to where the rest of the party are catching their breaths, treating their wounds, and making sure their gear is ready for the journey deeper into the Tomb of the Nine Gods.
Oh god, and I'm not going to be able to tell them that this is coming either.
Yep. And he immediately sees them, so the rest of you, you're just sitting there, catching your breath, enjoying a moment of just peace, not being attacked, although you're ready for something to jump out at any moment. And here it comes! You see a golden human skull come zooming out of the crawl space. Your first thought is that it has to be a demi-lich or some other horrible, deadly inhabitant of this tomb. Then your second thought is that Alessander went through that crawl space, and she's been gone an awfully long time. Could this thing have dispatched her? Your third thought is a collective groan as the skull smiles, opens his mouth, and says, "Oh boy! Oh, we got a full house here! Oh, check this out!" And he immediately launches into a comedy routine. "Say, you ever been on one of those Howruan airships? You know when they make you sit down mid-flight and they give you the bag of peanuts? What's with those peanuts, huh?
At this point, Bobbit sort of reappears at the vent and goes, we might have a problem. Also a new friend. Hi.
Meanwhile, Dinhorn imitates crickets in the background.
Just makes cricket sounds. And then Yaka just sees the looks on all your faces, and he sees that no one's laughed, and he gives like a non-committal shrug, jerking himself through the air as if he's a hand brushing the air away, and he says, come on, have a bit of fun. What do you call a fly without wings? A walk.
As soon as he looks away from Onyx, Onyx is going to try and hit him with the adamantine greatsword.
Bobbit's trying really hard not to giggle, so she doesn't have time to actually warn him about what he's doing.
No one laughs, and so he turns around to face
Bobbit thinks it's hilarious.
Yeah, Bobbit's the only one who giggles, and so he turns around
it's a really stupid joke for a kid.
It is. So he turns around to face Bobbit and he says, geez, everyone, all your friends, they all got huge sticks up their nether regions, They don't know good jokes when they hear them. And as soon as he turns around, Onyx moves in with his adamantine greatsword. Go ahead and roll an attack to hit, please, Onyx.
I swear to God, if I die from some rebounded damage, I'm going to laugh so hard. What's my 2 hit? +4, +4, +8. 21.
21. Yeah, that is a hit. Go ahead and roll the damage.
Gonna bounce back. What is a greatsword? Is 2d6?
Yes, 2d6 a greatsword.
Yeah, I just like the idea of this little lizard guy basically carrying the fucking lump of iron from Berserk just on his back now.
The Dragon Slayer. 13.
13. Okay, so that damage is completely negated, reduced to 0, because Yaka is immune to all forms of attack. Furthermore, as you strike him, he turns around, immediately faces you, he smiles, and he says, Hey, watch it, pal! And then suddenly...
Oh, fuck.
Here we go.
A wave of magical energy expels from him, striking you for 18 points of force damage.
Was that 18 or 80?
18.
18.
Okay, cool.
Knocking you off your feet. And as you lie there on your feet, groaning, Yaka looks at you and he says, Sorry about that, pal. I did say to your friend here that Azarax made me immune to all forms of damage. He doesn't want me to die. So, if I were you, I would, keep your weapons to yourself, No hard feelings, pal? He hovers over you and he says, Look, I'll cheer you up a bit. What happens when you witness a shipwreck? You let it sink in.
More crickets.
God. These are terrible.
More crickets in the background.
Oh
it's just Bobbit giggling in the background. She sort of
Onyx
just looks
is
at
now glaring at Bobbit.
Bobbit still looks at us. Yeah, he, for some reason, Azarax doesn't want him to die, so he's completely immortal. The only way to get rid of him is to pay him to leave.
Yeah, the going rate's 10,000. We're already 2 out of 10 of the thousands there. So, hand over 8, and I'll go back in that room. I'll sit down on my pedestal, and I'll wait for the next unfortunate sap to stumble down into Azarax's domain.
Oh, Bobbit's not a sap. She didn't come from a tree.
You like tree jokes, do you, kid? Well, let me tell you this one. What's the best way to carve wood? Whittle by whittle.
You're barking up the wrong tree here, mate.
Oh my god.
It's just gonna get us all killed, and at least I'm laughing.
I need to go get some Panadol. I'll be back.
In and out of character is just dying on the inside now.
And so, as Yaka continues on with his comedy routine, you sort of tune him out as you start to face the task of what you're going to do next.
Dale.
Yep.
Because I belong to the tribe that was enslaved to be smiths. Would I know how much an adamantine greatsword would be worth?
Yeah, you would. You know it to be worth at least a couple hundred gold. You don't know the exact value, but you do know that in some markets it could fetch up to 1,000.
Hey, Skull. Do you like things other than gold?
Well, I gotta eat 'em, so, if you're thinking of giving me something made out of gold, well, it tastes the same, but, if things that aren't made out of gold, I gotta turn them down, I'm afraid.
So you wouldn't like an adamantine lollipop?
Nah, I've had adamantine before. It leaves a bad sting in the throat, and don't even remind me of when it comes out the other end, it's a bit,
You have another end?
I was going to say, he says that, and Bobbitt's just sort of like looking directly underneath the skull going, where does all that go anyway?
He says, tell you what, kid, I'll talk about it when you're a bit older, because, the logistics of exactly how I eat, well, it's not for the faint of heart, needless
The other end of you, is it in this dungeon somewhere, or do we not do we have to worry about, like, the back end of a skeleton somewhere just going to be...
He looks at you, he says,
well, yeah, tell you what, don't try to use any teleportation magic, and, you won't, meet up with my other half.
Wait, that's where that goes? Oh, God!
And so, your discussion of where to go next continues, overshadowed by Yaka constantly jabbering in the background, and as much
We
as
need to get rid of this guy.
as much as you try to overtalk him, he starts talking louder and louder until it gets to the point where you're almost shouting about what to do next, and you can still hear snatches of his routine penetrating your conversation. So, what would you guys like to do?
Bobbit, you said that this guy was immune to damage and magical effects, right? Does that magical effects on him?
Yep.
Does that mean that he would be immune to a magical effect that was happening around him if it was non-damaging?
Probably. All he said was Asterek made that he can't be hurt by magic or attacks. And
It can't be hurt, but if it's a non-damaging one?
All you know is that he said he's immune to all magical effects.
I feel like if Asterek said all magical effects, it's going to be all magical effects.
Shit.
And after watching you fail, Bobbit doesn't really want to try anything else like that. I looked like it hurt. No, apparently the only way we can get rid of him is if we pay him the rest of the money that he wants.
Well...
Oh, damn. Silence is only a 10-minute spell anyway. Don't worry.
Yeah, it's...
I thought it was a bit longer.
You've got to keep casting it over and over and over. You can go ahead.
But if it's immune to all effects, silence would have
Yeah,
an
so
effect.
it may not work.
It's not just damage.
Yeah.
He's following you around, and there's nothing you can do about it unless you pay him or
And
find
it
some other way
took,
to get rid of him.
it took me 2 hours to... Well, it took Alessandra 2 hours to feed him the 2,000 to start with, and she doesn't want to come back until he's gone.
It didn't.
So if we leave the rest of the money in a room, you can just eat it and we can go on our way?
Hey, pal, do I look like I got hands? I ain't
You've
sitting
got
there.
teeth, don't you?
Oh, I was going to say, Bobbit still looks and goes, wait, what happens if Bobbit gave you 3 loyal subjects to just sit there and feed you and listen to your jokes?
Oh, well, I could take that, feeding me's gonna be, a full day of work. So, if they're willing to listen to my routine and, be a captive audience, who am I to turn it down?
I was gonna say, trust Bobbert. These guys have nothing better to do.
Yucca smiles and he says, well then, if you are happy to say goodbye to 8,000 of your hard-earned coins, then go ahead.
Bobbert is trying to smile, but there is a small tear running down her cheek as we contemplate this. So much money.
He says, though, as you think, he says, remember you did pay me 2,000 and I agreed to shut up exactly once, so, maybe take some time to think about it.
We need more than just one lot of silence. I need... Zinhorn's already done with this routine. There's been druid crafting cricket noises everywhere.
Well, it's up to you guys. Bobbitt's happy to work with whatever people want, but
what benefit do we have for this guy?
Apparently he says he knows how this dungeon works.
Oh, can we get that information and leave him behind?
Oh yeah, I know all about this dungeon. Like I know there's a room and it's got a trap in it, right? Now you don't want to go anywhere near this trap because the moment you go near this trap, badoong, everything turns into snakes and they all rain down on you and they're hissing and they're wiggling and it's a terrible situation.
What else?
He thinks for a moment. He says, well, there's a room where, you walk in and you're all suddenly turned into dogs.
Into what?
What?
Dogs.
Woof woof, bark bark, Go searching for bones.
Huh.
Well, if I get turned into a dog, there's one bone I'm coming to find.
While they're considering this, because, Onyx doesn't actually care, I'm going to pick up a bone from the piles that Bobbit dropped near the stairwell.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I'm going to go into this corridor.
Yep.
Again.
Crawl space.
And poke the...
through the
plate.
Through the plate, yep. So as the others talk to Yaka, you inch past the purple mold, and you can still hear Yaka's voice over the din of the others talking to him. You squeeze...
Actually, could I try and investigate it first?
The plate?
Yeah, investigate the actual plate, because I don't think I actually investigated it, I just saw what it was.
You squeeze into the crawl space, make your way up to the plate that bisects it. Please make an investigate check.
Pardon me. That is a nat 1.
Oh, God.
So, it just appears to be the face of a minotaur made out of iron. The holes that form the eyes are about 2 inches wide each, and you can see through them, see that the tunnel continues on. From what you can tell, there don't appear to be any moving parts. There's no line that suggests that this is 2 sheets of iron or anything. It appears to just be 1 plate of iron. It doesn't look like it's connected to any mechanisms or anything.
I'm gonna poke it with the bone.
You poke it with the bone, and it rattles slightly from the impact of the bone, but doesn't move.
Okay. Is there any part of the bone that would be thick enough to go through the eye hole?
Yep. Would you like to insert the bone through the eye hole?
Yes.
You poke your bone through the eye hole of the Minotaur, and it just pokes through, and you can even twist the bone around and feel the back of the iron plate with it.
Can I try and lift the plate?
Yes, you can. In fact, as you're twisting the bone around, you point it up, and you feel that on the back of the plate is some sort of hinge, meaning it can be lifted up. I'd like you to make an athletics check, please.
Okay. I don't have proficiency, but I do have a good. Ha! What the fuck? Nat 20.
Wow.
Which is a
Starting
24.
strong, I see.
You
I'm
place
going for the extremes, baby.
you place your hands in the eye holes, using them as leverage, and you push the plate up. With a creak, the plate turns up until it is parallel with the top of the crawl space, and then you hear a loud click as it locks into place. In your head, Wongo says, "Yes, yes, might makes right."
Okay, and I've got that bone. I would like to try and prop it so that it's... I know it's locked into place, but so that it's like holding the plate up in case the mechanism holding it up just lets go.
Yep. So you take the bone and you prop it up so it's leaning against the side of the crawl space, and the other end of it is stuck through the eye hole of the plate. It doesn't look very strong, but it's holding up the plate at the very least.
Okay, so if it was just let go and it's just the weight of the plate, it would probably survive, but if there's a mechanism to actually swing it shut, it might not survive.
Yeah.
I don't have anything.
That said, the crawlway appears to be safe to move through now that you've moved the plate.
How far is... I would like to summon my shadow behind me.
Yep.
Completely forgetting that I had that ability.
It happens.
Yep. And then I would like to crawl through slowly, but at any moment that something happens that I'm not sure what it is immediately, I want to transport back to my shadow.
Yep. So you crawl through, and as you crawl under the plate, it remains locked in place. Do you want to continue going down the crawl space?
I would like to poke my head out of the crawl space and look down what I assume is a hallway.
So you reach the end of the crawl space, you poke your head out, and find, as you suspected, a narrow hallway about 5 feet wide, and much like the one you originally came from, it is covered in patches of fleshy-looking pink and purple growths.
Okay. How far away is that? That's 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. If I stand out in the hallway, can I see what's down here?
So you climb out of the crawl space, your feet landing on some of the undergrowth, making a squishing sound.
I'm gonna close the stream.
As you put on
went nope.
As your feet squish, press down into the alien growth. So from here you can see that the hallway intersects. It heads north, and poking your head around the corner, you can see that the northern route leads to the main stairwell of the dungeon. Yep. At the end of the hallway to the east, you can see at the very end what appears to be a larger, more open room where the floor is covered in a thin layer of sparkling water.
Okay. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 30. Okay, so that's actually the limit of how far away I can get. Okay, I'm just going to swap places with my shadow and just head back.
Yep.
My shadow will disappear because I'll get out of its range when I'm heading back.
Yep.
And I'll get back and
found.
Say, yeah, I found a way through.
You head back to the others, and you hear that voice emanating down the corridor. Well, yeah, look, I need someone to help me eat the coins, because, you ever tried eating with chopsticks? I tried to stick with it, but, it didn't work out. And you arrive and you inform the others of what you found, that you seem to have locked the iron plate into place, and that through that crawl space you can access the main stairwell and further east a room that appears to contain water. So you have multiple places you could go from here. The southern crawl space will take you into the room with the 2 balconies and the floating wooden platforms. There is a secret door in the room where Yaka was found that appears to lead out into a hallway that you haven't explored yet. And there is also the double stone doors to the south of the cylindrical room.
Okay. Before we go any further, I'm guessing we want to deal with the Yaka problem sooner rather than later.
I was trying to get information from him before we left this area.
There is one question I would like to ask before we go any further. So, I would basically go look at the, because obviously Alessandra's going to be offering ideas to make it stop talking for 5 minutes. Have Shulk and go, Mr. Skull guy? Sorry, Bobbit didn't catch your name before we switched over.
Yaka, if you please.
Okay, Mr. Yaka. Acerecht is, from what everybody's read, Acerecht is a lich, right?
Yeah, he's an arch-lich. The big cheese.
I was going to say, would I know anything about how liches work or function?
You can make an Arcana check.
Oh, please. Yeah, that's a 25, so...
Yeah, you know the basics of how a lich works. That it's a spellcaster who achieves immortality. They place a piece of their soul in a phylactery, so if they're destroyed, they can regenerate, and their phylactery is usually heavily guarded because it's their source of unlife, and...
Yeah.
Do you know the gist of it?
Yeah, we know the gist. So we can go, so if he's a lich, that means he has a phylactery, right?
Oh, well, yeah, he'd have to have one, otherwise he'd just go poof, wouldn't he?
Is his phylactery here by any chance?
Oh, yeah, well, he's got more than one as far as I know. He said he has one on each plane that he's built these contraptions in, but he has one phylactery on each plane that binds him to that plane, so yeah, he's got a phylactery in here somewhere, and if you was to destroy it, it would prevent him from coming back to this plane until his servants could get some other form of phylactery to bind him here.
Do you know where it is?
Oh yeah, sure, I do. I know exactly where it is. It's down there on level 4, I think. Level 4, in the room that's guarded by giant oozes.
Oh, right.
You'd think he'd want something that doesn't eat everything indiscriminately.
Shut up. Just, he'll summon something worse otherwise.
Of course, to get to that room, you gotta go through the other room that's got that trap that constantly pelts you with diamonds until they cut you to ribbons.
You say?
Diamonds?
Ooh.
Wait. I was gonna need those. Yeah, that's not even with Wong, with friggin' Nang Nang yelling in my head. That's just Bobbit just going, oh wow.
Yeah, Nang Nang is going,
Oh, yes, get the diamonds, get the diamonds. We will put them in our palace and make everyone jealous of our riches.
Well, that was all Bobbit wanted to know, so that's handy. Do you guys have any more questions?
We know about the snakes, and now we know about the diamonds, and we know about the
and the dog room. Dog room, yeah.
Yeah, don't forget about the room where you turn into a dog, and then in the next room after that, there's a dog catcher, and he's gonna try to round you all up.
Wait. Shit, I don't even have insight to tell if this is actually a real thing. Well, it's just gonna be sitting there just like staring, going, oh.
Yeah.
I have insight. I'm going to insight him on that one.
Go ahead, roll insight.
I believe everything he says. Natural one.
I'm gonna try anyway.
12.
Wow, that's a 19.
Okay, 19. Okay, so
Okay.
12 was not sufficient, but 19 is. All of these things that Yaka is describing, particularly the dog room, and other things like a phylactery being guarded by oozes that eat everything, sounds a bit far-fetched for what you could expect in Asarak's tomb.
So Bob will just tilt her head to the side, going, "Are you sure? That's it. Like, I almost believe the dog one. That sounded fun, but
Oh, of course, I know everything
already-
there is to know. Yaka is a font of knowledge.
yeah." Bob is just gonna sort of like group huddle with the rest of them, going, "Bobbit thinks he's making stuff up. He might. I think he's lonely."
It sounds like he's making things up, but you guys have already fought a slime, so what would
Wait,
say
wait.
there's another slime?
Wait. I forgot to tell you about the most deadly trap of all. On level 5. It's a normal room, a big wide open room, but littering the ground, all invisible, is hundreds of banana peels.
So Lucian has a cardiac arrest.
Yeah, you see Sir Lucian in the background just go and clasp his hand to his chest.
No. Yeah. Even Bobbitt's just like deadpan, just like even Bobbitt's just deadpan staring at this point, going, Okay. Bobbit was hoping this would be a new friend, but does anyone want to help Bobbit pay him?
I don't
Where's
have
this-
much, but I'm willing to put in. I can put in 1,000 gold.
Okay.
So 7,000 you must pay Bobbit.
Is anyone else assisting, or
I'm going to guess
6,995. I'm putting in 5.
You're putting
Because
Wow.
that's all I can give.
Yep.
Fair enough. Yeah.
Onyx was a slave up until recently.
No, that's
He
that.
was.
I figured that.
That's
So that's fine. That's fine. Understandable. So Bobbit will turn back with go. So if Bobbit gives you some people to listen to, some people for you to talk to, and the money that you need, you could eat that and then be on your way, or go back to your pedestal.
Oh, hot diggity, yeah. Give me the 8 thou, give me a captive audience, and when I'm done eating, I'll go back in that room and I'll wait for the next unlucky sap to come and wake me up.
Okay. Bobbit will start emptying out the.
Zinhorn goes
sadly.
1,500 out?
Yeah,
So
Bobbit just in her head just apologized, just basically apologizes to both Elisanda and Nang Nang, because I'm sure Nang Nang's going to be
Yeah,
having
Nang
fits
Nang
at this
is
point.
Nang Nang is just saying, you don't give him the money. Yeah, we can subdue him and put him as a trophy in our dungeon.
Zinhorn put in
We don't have a
1,500.
dungeon.
Meanwhile, in
1,500.
Meanwhile, in
Yeah.
Zinhorn's head, Oberlacher is just saying, "Oh, I don't care how much it costs. Well, let's make sure this thing's not following us."
Okay, so how much am I paying if? So you're paying
it's
50. You're
8,000
paying.
up, 6,500, just under 6,500.
Yep, so 6,495.
6,495. Okay. Break my damn heart. 495. Yikes.
How much you got? You got plenty left, or?
Oh, I still have time. I have a lot left, but there were things that money was going to be used for. But fine. So Bobbit will
'Cause, yeah, that
painstakingly.
leaves-
You basically just see Bobbit just keep reaching deeper and deeper in her pocket and just pulling out like handfuls of this stuff until I'm guessing a few minutes later we finally get to that the amount needed, and then looks over to her 3 skeletons and goes, "Okay, boys, Bobbit has a new job for you 3. Mr. Yaka, this is Rattles, Skittles, and Carl. They're going to be your audience, and they're going to feed you all the gold you want.
Hot diggity, says Yaka, and he immediately hovers over to the pile of gold. Your three skeletons rattle over, and one of them picks up a gold coin and inserts it into Yaka's mouth. He chews it, obviously savouring it, and looking over at all of you with what is very clearly a smug look on his face. And he says, "Oh yeah, I'm loving this, my captive audience. Hey, here's a classic of mine, guys. Let me tell you, why was six afraid of 7? 'Cause 7 ain't 9. Hey, you get it?"
I was going to say, Bobbit instructs the skeletons to laugh. Yeah, Bobbit instructs the skeletons to laugh whenever they, well, in her head, she instructs them to laugh whenever they hear a joke.
The skeletons look over at you and they all shrug and then mime laughing, and Yaka says, I love it, look, they appreciate good humor. Alright, what do you call a fish with no eye? A fish! Oh, I kill myself sometimes.
From the bottom of my soul, I thank you, M2, for paying his price. And Zinhorn.
Oh, and so we basically leave him. As we leave, Bobbit will say something that may or may not worry Onyx in the future. Well, I suppose it won't be his problem later on, but just go, okay, have fun, Mr. Skull, and if you somehow make it out of here, remember our offer for later. Bye-bye. Move. Just starts pushing people.
You just
you
push
actually,
down the
for a
hallway.
split second, Alessandra's eyes just click back in. It's just, everybody out now. Move before Bobbit goes back to listen to more jokes. Oh, but I like the jokes. I know you do, but we're not doing this.
So are you going into the crawl space that Onyx secured, or are you heading somewhere else?
Anyone? I don't know, can everyone fit in the crawl space?
Yeah, everyone could. Well, so Lucian will have to make a check to fit in, but otherwise everyone should be fine. Well, so Lucian and Ava will both need checks.
Is that a dex check for Ava?
Yeah, it'll be a dex check to squeeze in there.
Yeah.
So then I can merge with Stone through the wall.
Oh yeah, you can
Actually, I think I
merge.
already did
Yeah,
that.
you could just skip that. Wow,
Yeah,
okay.
you could
that
just
helps.
move through the crawl. You could just skip straight through the crawl space to the other side. Would you like to do that?
I keep
What
forgetting
happens
you can
if
do
he
that.
gets to move out, like, lose his ability when he comes out, or as he's emerging from the stone? Like, is his hand sort of stuck in the wall?
I believe the idea would be make sure that doesn't happen.
Oh, shit, not again.
So you all get ready to crawl through the crawl space. So Lucian walks to the end of the corridor and expends his use of Merge with Stone for a day, presses his hands out, pressing them into the purple alien growth, and then steps beyond them, walking through the stone wall and popping out the other side. And when he pops out the other side, he's glad you can't see him, as when his Merge with Stone ends, his right hand is still attached to the wall, and he has to spend a solid 2 minutes going, trying to pull his hand free until finally it comes loose, flaying some of his skin away with it and leaving his hand with a big, red, stinging patch.
This is why we don't mention things out loud.
Ava got a 7.
7? Yep.
Unfortunately.
So what is the order that you would like to head into the crawl space?
Well, I mentioned
Well,
Onyx should probably go first since he was the one
Yeah, I
that
feel like
opened
Onyx is like, follow me or not, I don't care, I'm going.
Well, Ava has to go last because she failed her check.
Yeah.
So Onyx, Zinhorn, Alessander. Onyx moves in. You crawl through the... you crawl underneath the plate and you pop out the other end next to Sir Lucian. Zinhorn moves through. He sees the plate touching the roof, moves under it, and pops out next to Onyx and Sir Lucian. Alessander begins to crawl through, and Alessander, as you crawl under the plate, I need you to make a perception check, please.
Oh, shit. Of course, it's only my worst stat. I'd be happy to roll that. And that's an 8.
You see that the plate still appears to be locked into place. You do not notice the bone that's propping it up
is starting to bend slightly under the weight of the iron plate, and there is now hairline cracks running down the side of it. You pop out the end of the crawl space with everyone else, and then Ava begins to make her way through.
If you decapitate Ava, I swear to God.
Ava is crawling underneath the iron plate, and just as she crawls underneath, she hears a loud thunk, and the mechanism locking the plate into place breaks, and it swings straight down with blinding speed. I need Ava to make a dex save, please. The DC will be 18.
Oh, well, the dice landed on 18 and she has a +9, so...
Yep. So
oh, wow.
27.
Hooray!
She leaps forward further into the crawl space as shing, the iron plate drops down behind her, sparing her the 20 d8s of slashing damage that she would have taken.
Fuck! Oh dear!
And slightly shaken, she pops out of the crawl space and rejoins everybody else.
Oh boy.
Oh god.
That's not terrifying at all.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, he's got nothing to do with this.
Give me a moment for my heart to, restart.
Yeah, because that would have been the end of you if you lost Ava like that.
Yep.
Yeah.
That could have killed her.
Yeah.
Could have 20 d8s, fucking hell. I'd be more terrified if it didn't.
As it says in the module,
it would have knocked her out.
Yeah. If the character fails their check, they take 20d8 damage as the plate slams down, bisecting their body. If they fall to 0 HP, their body is cut neatly in two.
Oh, yep, yeah. Ava would have done.
Wow. That sounds great.
Calabummer, dude.
Cleft in twain.
Yep, cleft in twain indeed, good sir.
Jesus, okay.
So, moving along.
So where would you like to go now? You're in the hallway. Just like the previous hallway, it's almost featureless save for the purple, fleshy growth that covers the floors and walls. And as you watch, you can just see tiny little eye stalks poking out of patches of the growth, watching you. And as you draw closer to them, they duck back into the growth as if scurrying away from your gaze.
That's it.
Should we just go charging into the growth and just start swinging our blades at it?
No, we proved why that's a bad idea.
Yeah, you should just leave it alone. But just you know that the beholder who resides on this lair is watching you, has a constant eye on you, thanks to you alerting him. And as the little eye stalks poke out of the alien growth, you know that he's watching your every move wherever he is. So,
good.
Where would you like to go from here?
Thinking
We've
of a
got
nice
the main
cozy
stairwell, and we've got the water straight.
Well,
Yes.
The main stairwell usually has the plaque with the clues on it.
Yeah.
So now head out to the main stairwell.
Yeah.
And obviously we'll have to be on alert because there's usually stuff patrolling the stairway, but those plaques are usually helpful, so that would be my bet.
It appears that you're lucky this time as you emerge out onto the balcony, and there don't appear to be any helmed horrors or any other sentries guarding it. This balcony is identical to the other two you've seen, save for the fact that the purple alien growth covers pretty much everything. Sections of the floor, the walls, and the stone barrier. There is a stairway leading down to level 4, and from where you are, you can actually see the bottom of the stairwell clearly for the first time. You can see a large hole in the middle of the room that appears to be covered by some sort of metal grating, and around it are 4 stone pedestals, each topped with a 4-armed gargoyle. Just as you expected, you see Asarak's plaque on the northernmost wall of the stairwell, and so you immediately head over to it to gain the wisdom that it holds.
While we're walking over there,
Yep.
Onyx would like to ask, is it Bobbert or Alessander in control at the moment?
It's Alessander in control.
Is it? No, technically it was Bobbert. Alessander was just yelling at her.
Oh, yeah, it's Bobbert in control still.
Yep.
Miss Knowledge Lady, how strong does a beholder have to be able to manifest this much moss without letting it go?
Bobbert, just without saying a word, just holds up the absolutely terrified gazer in her hand, going, "About this strong."
Yeah, well, Bobbert, you know that a beholder, like, this is no measure of a beholder's power. Any beholder in its lair is able to do this. In fact, you remember that in Xanathar's lair, there were actually similar alien growths. It was just not as ever-present because Xanathar didn't really require it to watch people in his lair.
Yeah, the last one we found had stuff like this, but not as much.
So you see the copper plaque in the wall, and you read it, and carved into it are the words, "Walk through water with weapon in hand. Slake your shadow at the font. The vulture is the first step. Write the gods, and the walls of history tell all." From here in the stairwell, there is another hallway headed to the north, and a larger, more open hallway headed to the west.
Walk through water with weapon in hand is pretty self-explanatory.
Which is really a problem, because Onyx is always walking with his shield and hammer in hand.
Yep.
Okay.
Oh, didn't we just hear water before
Yes,
in the other hallway?
Onyx would have told you that he saw water at the end of the hallway that he came out of before.
Yep.
Well, that seems like where that one's for.
Yeah.
So you guys want to check that out?
And how does everybody else feel?
Well, Zilon has got his flame tongue longsword out, and he's making sure that the vines have got the axe well in hand.
Yep.
Or well in line.
Barbara has one of her many staffs in hand.
Yep, one of her many staffs, because she's getting quite a collection at this point.
Like, literally, if you guys ever everyone here watched Fairy Tale at some point?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, but one wizard that has like the multiple
one for each occasion.
Yeah, just has like, just a bundle of that's the one. Yeah, him. Basically, just Bob just walking around with just a pile of staffs on her back.
So
finding sticks.
So you want to head to the east?
Sure, it's probably the only one that we
know the answer for. Yeah.
Yeah,
so at this stage, yes.
Or have a clue for, and we know what the clue is correspondent to.
Yep. Or so you think.
Or so we think. Yeah. Well,
so we think probably.
You could never know for certain. So
I would like to reiterate that I have my warhammer in hand with my shield out as well.
So you step once again into the hallway, make your way through the alien growth, the tiny eye stalks watching you, and your footwear squishing into the growth with each step you take, until you reach the end of the hallway and step out into a large open room filled with water. The water comes up to just above your ankle and sends chills running up your legs as you step into this freezing cold liquid. You barely have any time to even take in the features of the room before the surface of the water ripples and a water elemental and two water weirds lunge out, ready to attack. Please roll for initiative.
Well.
Okay, Onyx got a nat 20, so that's 21 for Onyx.
21 for Onyx.
17.
I technically got a 22, but I rolled a 19 on mine. So I'm guessing Onyx still goes first.
Yeah, so Onyx will go first.
I don't that one.
Of course.
That sounds about right for Mr.
So
Lucian.
Lucian will go.
Get out the way now. No, actually, he pulls out his sword, goes to charge into battle, and then just face faults on the banana peel.
12 for Ava.
12 for Ava. How did Zinhorn go?
17.
Okay, so Onyx is up first.
Okay. I'm going to walk 5, 10, no, so 5, 10, 15 feet, so 5, 10 feet. Onyx is going to walk here
Yep.
and cast Lightning Lure at... Wait a minute.
Is it the whole room full of
Yeah, the whole
water?
room full of water.
Yeah.
Ray of Frost, actually. Hold
Ray
on,
of
let me look
Frost.
up Ray of Frost.
Yeah. Because honestly, I thought the same deal. No, just because they're made of water, they're part of the room. That seems
Yeah, they're part of the room that would be bad for you.
I'm just looking up Ray of Frost.
Well, I mean, as long as you're on the floor anyway.
Make a ranged spell attack against a target. On a hit, it takes 1d8 cold damage, and its speed is reduced by 10 feet. Okay. So, what? No, I didn't want to open that one. There we go. What I'm going to do is Ray of Frost the weird on the left.
Yep, Water Weird 1.
And I'm going to use a meta magic to spend 1 sorcery point to cast it on the water weird on the right as well.
Yep.
Ooh.
Nice.
So that's 2 spell attacks, I believe.
Go ahead and roll.
Nice.
Both of those. Oh shit! Both of those are 10 plus my thing. So what's my thing? Plus 18 for both
So
of them.
those are both hits.
Nice.
Okay, so that is 2d8s because I'm a level 6 sorcerer. Where's the dice that I trust? There it is. Good thing I ticked it. That's okay. I rolled 2 10s on the attacks and then 2 6s on the damages. So that's
Okay, that's just getting weird, man.
Yeah.
that is so that's 12 for the one on the left
Yep.
and 11 for the one on the right.
Okay, very well. That's some decent damage. To hit both
And
of
then
them.
I'm going to use my bonus action to summon my shadow to the right of me.
Yep.
I'm going to take 1 step to the left.
Yep. So that you and your shadow are each facing off a Water Weird.
Yeah, and then I am going to action surge
Ooh.
and do the exact same thing again. So, Ray of Frost, left and right, weird.
Yep, go ahead.
Ooh, that one may actually be a miss, but that is a 23 for the one on the left and a 12 for the one on the right.
So the one on the right misses, but the other one
Okay.
hits. Either way, both of these Water Weirds have their movement reduced because of the previous Ray of Frost.
And that was 6 damage.
Yep.
So I've used 5, 10, 15. I'm going to take 1 step diagonally right north,
Yep.
roar at them all,
Yep.
which
So
I should have done first, but fuck
Yeah,
it.
it's fine.
grant advantage to the next attacks on them.
Yep. And then 1 step back to my position.
Yep, very well. Okay. It is now Alisandra's turn.
And I get advantage?
Yes.
Fun.
Everyone gets advantage on every single attack roll until the end of my next turn.
Yep.
Oh, sweet Jesus.
Start of my next turn, but yeah.
Yeah. Not sure how to work with this, so I'm just going to fall back to my usual favorite of Eldritch Blast for everybody.
Alright, who are you hitting with it?
See, a part of me wants to go for the weirds, but another part of me really wants to go for the big guy in the middle. Also, a quick question. Is there any like that weird mold stuff like on the floor or the roof of this place?
This appears to be the one place it doesn't grow. Perhaps it can't grow with the water and the dampness in this room.
Okay, how high up is the ceiling on this?
20 feet.
Yep, that's fine. Yeah. You watch the Boat pulls out her staff and then immediately U-turns and just books it up the wall.
Running straight up the wall and onto the roof.
And then I will, while I'm up there, I will fire Eldritch Blast at the water elemental.
Yep, go ahead.
So I get that with advantage.
You do.
Alright, first one is... I always keep forgetting, I'm pretty sure it's +9 to hit. Just keep forgetting it is. That's 22 on the first one.
Yep, that's a hit.
And wow, I rolled 13 twice for rolling for it with advantage, so that's 22 on the second one.
Yeah, they're both hits. Go ahead, roll the damage.
Outstanding. Alright, first one's going to be 9 points of force damage. Second one is going to be 15 points of force damage. So that's 20... sorry, that's 9 and 15. Yeah, that's 24 all up.
Yep. Nice. Okay.
Boom.
It is the enemy's turn. So the two water weirds look over at the party and then they dive into the water, becoming one with it, becoming invisible while they are fully immersed.
Of course.
The first one emerges out of the water in front of Onyx, and it goes for an attack with advantage because it got the drop on you. So that will be a 21 non-natural to hit.
Yep, that
Yikes.
is.
Yep. So you take 8 points of bludgeoning damage, and you are now grappled as the water weird wraps its form around you and then dives once again into the water, pressing your face into the few inches of water that cover the floor, attempting to drown you.
Yeah, he's gonna have a problem with that.
Bobbit ritual cast water breathing.
Water. Yeah, just from the roof you hear, "Jokes on you losers, Bobbit's been casting that every day."
Yep, well, that's what it's... Water Weird 2 pops up in front of Sir Lucian and goes to attack him with advantage. And that will be an 11 and a 15, so Sir Lucian holds out his shield and bashes the water weird away.
I was going to say, it's just a wet slap on his armor. Just stop it.
He slips in the banana peel, defending himself.
The water elemental rushes down through the cavern, drawing an attack of opportunity from Onyx's shadow.
It technically doesn't, because it didn't leave his...
Oh, yeah, it didn't. No, it's still in his stats, right.
Yeah.
And seeing Bobbit there on the roof, it attempts to make a multi-attack slam. So the first one is a nat 1. Obviously, Bobbit is too high up for it to get to her. The second one is a 19 with disadvantage.
Oh, of course, with disadvantage.
Because it was a 19 and a nat 20. So, yeah.
Oh, dear lord.
So that is 13 points of bludgeoning damage.
Ow.
And then before it ends... Yep.
No, I was trying to see if how my werewolf stuff, stuff would fit in that, but I'm guessing not so much.
Its attacks, well, it doesn't say its attacks count as magical, so yeah, you can halve that, reduce it to 7. Then at the end of its turn, it uses its
barbarian.
At the end of its turn, it uses its Whelm ability, and so I need Sir Lucian, Bobbit, and Onyx to all please make DC 15 strength saves.
Okay.
Oh.
I'm guessing that's everything that's around it.
Yeah,
5 feet.
Yep.
Okay, so my shadow needs to as well. Cool.
Oh, yes.
That's a 16 for Bobbit.
Yep, 16 for Bobbit, that's a pass.
I got a 12 for me and a 15 for my shadow.
Yep, so your shadow passes, you don't. So Lucian, how did you go? You've got to do a strength save, and you're going to get at least 15, otherwise you is whelmed.
What was that?
Strength save, see if you can get 15, otherwise you're going to get whelmed.
Is the new model?
19.
19, okay, so Sir Lucian passes, so it's literally just Onyx. So,
if this is anything like the Wailed, I swear to God.
So, Onyx, even though the water weird is trying to drown you, the water elemental reaches out and pulls you away, sucking you into its form. You are restrained and grappled. If you can't breathe in water, you start to suffocate, but you are fine.
Aww.
And you take 14 points of bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
That part I can't help with, but at the very least, it's like, you're trying to drown him. How cute.
It is now Zinhorn's turn.
Well, Zinhorn's plans have been changed. So, I'm going to say, like, right in front. First and foremost, but Zinhorn wants to use his bonus attack to reach in and try and pull Onyx out.
Yep. So you lash out with your vines. I would like you to please make an athletics or acrobatics check with disadvantage as you're performing it for someone else to get him unrestrained.
Oh.
Okay, that is with disadvantage is an 18.
18, that passes the DC of 14. You grab Onyx and pull him out. And drag him next to you, and he lands in the water, gasping for breath as he is tired out from that struggle. You may now make the rest of your move.
And then he's going to do a... let's do a frostbite just to keep things moving along at the water elemental.
Yep, go ahead. He's going to make his save. His save is 11.
So he has disadvantage on his next weapon or his next attack.
Yep.
And that is 6 points of cold damage. So reduced speed. Movement speed.
It is now Ava's turn.
Ava is going to... I don't know what she has that she can do for water. Let's just go with... Elementals are magical creatures, aren't they?
They are.
Yes.
Or are they held together by magic, or...
Well, they're not really held together by magic. They are more just sort of living incarnations of an element. So they're more like living magic.
Huh.
I'm not going to attempt a dispel magic. Ava is just going to try and shoot the elemental twice.
Yep.
Let's see here. That is 2 14s plus 10, so 24 for both arrow attacks.
Yep, those hit.
Longbow is a d8. Let's go for the first damage. Max damage, woo! So that's 14 piercing damage. She's going to do the psychic. 4 psychic.
Well, it's better than nothing.
She's going to use Favored Foe. Back to 3 out of 4 for her second one, which is minimal damage, unfortunately, which is 7 piercing and a d6 for Favored foe. 2 favored foe damage.
Yep, that's better than nothing.
It is, and she's just going to stay there, I guess.
Yep, so it is Sir Lucian's turn, and one has to go for a sec. He'll be back, but he has told me what he would like to do. So he's going to strike Waterweird 2, the Waterweird right in front of him, with his sword. And that is a nat 20.
Oh my god.
So he is going to... Let's see how much damage he deals. D8 plus 8. So that is... Wow, 32 points of damage.
Jesus
so
fucking Christ.
Waterweird 2 turns into a cloud of steam as it fades away from his blow. He then turns to the water elemental, and he strikes with his second attack. And
with advantage.
Yes, with advantage. So that is a non-nat 20. So he hits it. He deals... He deals 14 points of slashing damage to it. He is going to use his goading attack. So he adds another D8 to the attack. So that is an extra 5 points of damage, so 19 points altogether. The water elemental makes a wisdom save, which it fails at 3. So it has disadvantage if it tries to attack anyone other than Sir Lucian.
Hooray!
It is Onyx's turn.
Okay, Onyx is going to take 1 step diagonally north.
Yep.
He is going to bonus action roar at it again.
Yep. Roar.
So unfortunately this time it's only the elemental, not the weird, but
Yep.
You know, everything helps. Just let me mark off that I've used that.
Yep. So Sir Lucian, who just got back, I had you attack the water weird. You nat 20 to killed it with 32 points of damage. And then you used your goading attack on the water elemental. So it can only attack you now. So go, Onyx.
And then I'm going to cast magic missile at second level.
Yep.
Can't remember what I used my spell slot on last time. Because I've got one marked off here as used, but whatever. I'm sure I probably did use it. So that is 5d4s plus 5. I don't have 5d4s out, so I'm just going to do it here. $17 points of damage.
17 points of damage. Nice.
And then I just hunker down behind my shield and wait for an attack.
Yep. Okay, it is Bobbit's turn.
Well, I'm still just happily sitting on the roof, so more Eldritch Blast, hooray.
Yep, go ahead. Roll to hit.
Have fun!
I assume you're hitting the water elemental?
Yeah, I mean, it's directly in front of me, so just basically bonk it on the head with magic.
Yep, go ahead.
Okay, well that's almost in that 28 to hit the first blast.
Yep, that's a hit.
And then I rolled a 19 and an 18, so it was 20. Yeah, they both hit. Definitely both hit.
Yep, both hit. Go ahead, roll your damage.
Damage. 8 plus 7. 15 points of force damage all up.
Ooh, that is nice. It's looking... You notice that the water that churns and roils and makes up the water elemental's form seems to be moving with a bit less force now. It is the enemy's turn. The water elemental is going to roll to see if he gets his whelm back. He does.
Oh.
But first, the water weird is going to go into the water and turn invisible. And he pops up next to Zinhorn and goes in for an attack. So Zinhorn, that is a 17 to hit.
Misses.
It misses. Zinhorn ducks out of the way as the water weird attempts to grapple him. It's the water elemental's turn. It moves down straight in straight into the space in between all of you. And then it is going to use its multi-attack to strike at Ava once.
I'm going to use a reactionary attack from Onyx.
Yep.
The Shadow.
Yep, go ahead.
Advantage. That is an unnatural 20.
That is a hit. Roll the damage.
What's my Warhammer? Is D8. 6 damage.
6 damage. Well, it's free damage, so wouldn't complain. The first slam hits Ava, and she takes...
With disadvantage from the...
Yeah, with disadvantage from... It's still got a 7... So, it's still got her. It hits her for 18 points of bludgeoning damage.
Were you about to say it was 17 to hit?
Yeah, 17.
Or it rolled? Because armor class 18.
Yeah, it rolled a 17 with disadvantage, so it still hits it.
Okay.
Yeah. So she takes 18 points of bludgeoning damage. It then attempts to hit Zinhorn with disadvantage because of Lucian's goading attack, and that is a 14. So Zinhorn ducks as the water elemental swings over his head. Then
Zinhorn knows about these water elementals. He
knows all about them. Yeah.
This is his jam.
At the end of its turn, it uses its whelm, so I need everybody to make a strength save, please.
That's a 19. So Bobbit is just staying happily on the roof.
I got a nat 1.
That's a 19.
Right, one for Ava and one for Lucian as well.
Poor Onyx.
Nat
Ava.
Lucian nat 1.
Ava got a 13. Yeah, I got a nat 1 as well.
Okay, so
You
Onyx...
got the special bananas today.
Yep, Onyx, so Lucian and Ava are all pulled into the water elemental and would be drowning if they didn't have breathe water cast on them. But either way, each of them takes 20 points of bludgeoning damage.
Jeez.
It is now Zinhorn's turn.
Fun fact, Ava and Onyx are on the same amount of health.
It's a lot, right? That's my guess. The number is a lot.
It's still a decent amount. We can still take 2 more hits.
Well,
that's
good.
That's not a lot. Mm-hmm.
So Zinhorn is going to firstly once again try and pull someone out.
Yep, so Lucian, Onyx, or Ava?
I think Ava.
Yep, so go ahead, roll an acrobatics or athletics with disadvantage.
Both of them are a 16, so that is a 21 or 22.
You extend your vines, they wrap around Ava's body and pull her out of the roiling water elemental, dumping her on the floor where she gasps. You can now take the rest of your turn.
Then is going to cast... What do I want to... Actually, I'm going to cast level 1 Thunderwave towards the water weird.
Good idea. Okay, so it's going to make a... to make a con save. That is a 9.
So it does not make its con save.
Yep. So go ahead, roll your Thunder Wave.
And that I did do it at level 1, so that is 2d8s, which is 6 points of lightning damage or thunder damage.
Yep, which is doubled to 12 because it's weak to it. You blast
and pushes it 15 feet away.
Yep, you blast it out of the water into the corridor outside. And since it is no longer in the water, it looks at you, hisses, and turns into a cloud of steam as it dies.
Ooh.
It is now Ava's turn.
Okay. This is not necessarily great. Does she have another weapon other than the flame scimitar?
She has her...
Yeah, she has a short sword masterwork. Okay, cool.
Sword. Yep.
Okay, she's going to pull out her moon touched sword and her masterwork short sword.
Yep.
Which is not a +1. Okay, so she's
the
going
masterwork gives her +1 on attacks, but not damage.
Okay. Yep. So she's just going to swing with the moon touched first.
Yep.
That is a 29.
That is a hit. Roll the damage.
D6.
Don't forget the favored foe and the psychic.
Yep. So that's 6
Yep.
damage from the sword physical, 2 psychic, 6 favored foe.
Yep.
The second attack with the masterwork short sword is a 14.
That hits, still hits.
Oh, it does hit. Okay, cool. So that is 6 damage.
So that is, halved to 3 because the water elemental takes half damage from non-magical attacks.
Fair enough. And then she's going to take her extra attack.
Yep, with the moon touched sword.
And that's a 15.
That's a hit.
Oh, the favored foe from that second attack was a 4.
4. Yep, well, favored foe only goes off on the first time you hit them in a round, so she doesn't get 2 favored foes.
Wasn't favored foe when you hit it? Isn't it every time it hits?
It's the first time you hit it on a round. You get the bonus. Let me just double check, because
I swear we've gone over this like so many times, and each time we change it.
Yeah, the first time on each of your turns that you hit it.
Okay, well, don't worry about that then. Okay, so the damage for that second moon was a 8 physical.
8? Well, yeah, that's better than nothing.
Yep.
It is now Sir Lucian's turn. Sir Lucian is currently trapped inside the water elemental. What would you like to do, Sir Lucian? You can still try to attack it. It'll just be with disadvantage.
Probably scream muffle.
You can try to attack it from inside. It'll just be with disadvantage if you don't want to try to break free. Because you're not drowning. You can breathe in water, thanks to Bobbit's spell.
Can I freestyle out of the water elemental?
You want to try to pull out? Okay, make an athletics check, please.
That is a 4, which is no.
Yeah, 4. So you're unable to escape this turn. So if you want to attack it, you have to do so from inside the water elemental. So when you attack, you roll with disadvantage.
That means it's an automatic hit, isn't it?
Well, no, you still have to roll, but it's with disadvantage because he's got you restrained.
Oh, okay. Yeah. All right, I'll do that then. Oh, that is a nat 20.
Yep, but you're still going to roll the second time because it's with disadvantage.
Oh, I thought it was advantage. All right.
No, yeah, disadvantage.
It's a 12.
That's still a hit, though. So you hit it, you can roll your damage.
That's 6. 6 plus 8, isn't it? Or 6 plus 11?
Yep, 6 plus 8. So, wow, yeah, that's 14 points of damage. And you still get your second attack, so you can try again.
Oh, damn. All right. I will do that then. That is a 7. So
that is a hit. So go ahead, roll your damage again.
Oh wait, it was roll at disadvantage, wasn't it?
Yes, it was. But
the next roll's a 2.
Oh, 2 plus 11 is 13. Unfortunately, you do not hit it the second time. That's okay.
Oh,
it is.
My rolls are shit.
It is Onyx's turn, and Onyx, you are currently restrained inside the water elemental.
Okay, currently restrained in the water elemental. I am going... If I emit a ray of frost from my hands straight up above my head, is that still with disadvantage?
Yes, because all attack rolls while you're restrained are with disadvantage. Because you might not necessarily hit the part of the water elemental that's alive. You might just hit, its appendage, the water that's restraining you. So,
even though I'm in its core.
Yeah, but that's how it works. I know. It's how the mechanics don't work with the.
So wait, is it the end of my turn or the start of my turn? Oh no, it's until the end of my next turn. So I take out the disadvantage.
Yeah, so roll with advantage.
Well, I cancel disadvantage.
Well, yeah, roll normally.
Yeah. That's a nat 20.
That's a nat 20. Yeah, go ahead, double that damage.
So 2d.
Yeah, 2d8 doubled.
Yep, 2d8. That was a decent roll. That is 13 doubled, so 26. Pardon me.
20.
Cold damage.
Okay, you blast straight up with your Ray of Frost. It manages to hit the core of the water elemental, which immediately rears back and throws you and Sir Lucian out. It rides on the spot in obvious pain, and then splashes into the water, sending ripples across the surface. It is dead.
Woo!
That is
Meanwhile, just
the end of combat for now. Yep, combat is over.
All you can hear on the roof is going, they thought Bubba was mad for casting water breathing every morning. Now who's laughing? Blood going to head.
So, yeah.
Just like literally just dangling like a cursor, like half flipped over. Just like just standing on the roof.
So now that the combat is over, you're actually able to examine this room you were in. Still puddles of water cover the floor of this 15-foot wide hallway. The walls are slick with moisture and set with murals showing animal-headed humanoids in armor, most of which appear to brandish real weapons hanging on the walls. A 3-foot high crawlway in the east wall is flush with the floor. At the far end of the hall, a rippling, transparent curtain of water fills a stone archway. Beyond the curtain of water, you see another hallway that looks extremely similar to the one in which you stand. Also, Zinhorn, with your passive perception, you notice that a portion of the easternmost wall appears to be flickering like a piece of fabric or something. And when you move up and touch it, you determine that it is actually an illusion, revealing on the other side a small 5-foot wide, 8-foot tall alcove containing a stone plinth bearing a crystal eyeball 1 inch in diameter.
Okay. Also, did Zinhorn notice when the water weed was sent down with the thunder wave, the moss that's on the ground, did that have any effect from the water?
The water striking the moss doesn't appear to have done anything to it, other than you did notice there was an eye stalk watching, and as the water hit it, it ducked away. But aside from that, you didn't notice any obvious reaction.
Okay, cool. So I've got a crystal eye thing.
Yep, crystal eyeball. It's only about 1 inch in diameter. You could easily pick it up off the plinth if you wanted. A curtain of water to the north. Images along the east and west walls, each of them brandishing real weapons, and a crawl space to the east at the bottom half of the room.
Well, so I point this out, and I also go, well, last time we ended up with a skull.
Yeah, that was a skull. This is just an eyeball.
Well, there weren't eyeballs, I'm guessing, in the skull, so...
Yeah, there weren't eyeballs in Yucca, no.
Those weapons you keep mentioning, are they actual weapons that we could take, or
yes.
Were they...
Yes, would you like to look at them all?
I would like to look from a distance, but Onyx will go... who here knows Detect Magic?
Yes, Zinhorn does.
Oh, let me check. I might know that one. Oh, that might be one of the ones I didn't take. Nope. That's on the to-do list for later, I think.
Before we touch these weapons, before I touch these weapons, I would like someone to detect magic for me.
That's probably a good idea.
I've got to be careful how I word this because I'm looking after myself, not everyone else.
Yes.
Do I have time to do it as a ritual, or do we want it done straight away?
It's only 10 minutes for a ritual, so...
Well, I guess to a ritual if no one objects.
So Zinhorn prepares the ritual and casts it, and 10 minutes pass uneventfully. The entire time in Onyx's head, Wongo is saying, "Why wait, just charge through that curtain. Do it, see what's on the other side. Or better yet, get the little girl to do it." Yeah.
And we can all hear that.
Yes.
Well, I suppose they're the gods,
Well,
if they
gods,
decide to disclose
yeah.
that, then yeah.
While Zinhorn is doing that, what weapons are actually on the wall?
I would like you to roll an investigation check, please.
Okay, I'm doing this, but I'm not touching any of them.
Yes, you're not touching any of them.
Okay.
I was going to say, while Zinhorn is doing detect magic,
Yep.
can I ritual cast Identify to see if any of these are magical at all?
Yes, you can.
Or at least. So I'll do that. So pretty much you got Zinhorn doing a ritual on the floor while I'm literally sitting up on the roof doing one.
a ritual
Because I
as
can.
well. Yes.
No other reason than because I can.
I got a 5 in my investigation because for some reason my dice just really don't like me doing
That's
intelligence
okay. You
rolls.
can still see the majority. From where you are, you notice that these are the weapons and these are the images that appear to be holding them. Stork-headed humanoids with hand axes, lizard-headed humanoids with maces, panther-headed humanoids with blowguns, hawk-headed humanoids that are unarmed, goat-headed humanoids with sickles, and frog-headed humanoids with tridents.
Interesting.
The rituals are cast.
Could you just write that down? Write it down. Repeat it just so I can.
I'll paste it in Discord here for you.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I just want to take a note of it. That's all.
Yep, there we go.
Thank you.
Let me see. Identify. Okay, so Bobbitt's identify goes off. What would you like to touch and identify?
I might check the eye, thanks.
The eye? Yep. So you head over to the crystal.
Just casting it.
You have to touch it to cast identify on it.
Fuck.
So you walk up to it and you place your hand on it, expecting it to come to life, much like Yaka did, but it does not. You identify it as a keystone to unlock the Beholder's Sanctum. It is one of a set of 8.
Oh, neat. Hey, Bobbit turns around and goes, "Good news, I don't even know if everyone's even noticed Bobbit do that. It's just walked down from the roof, just walked over and picked up the eyeball without blinking. Just going, hey guys, good news. Well, this is going to help us get into the Beholder's Lair.
Yep, there are 8 of them to find.
Yep. It's a fetch quest, everybody. Also, it didn't come to life. Ta-da!
Yeah, it didn't start telling jokes. Meanwhile, Zinhorn's detect magic goes off, and you detect an aura of magic emanating from the curtain of water to the north, and also from the tridents that the frog-headed humanoids are brandishing.
Of course it's the tridents, that's the one I'm interested in. Fuck.
Would someone like to do an arcana check to determine what school of magic it is?
Twist my arm, why don't you? 19.
So you determine that the magic that's emanating from the curtain of water is an aura of evocation magic. While the magic that is emanating from the tridents is an aura of abjuration magic.
Abjuration. Would me asking you what abjuration generally is be breaking anything?
No, because as a sorcerer you would have an idea. Abjuration magic basically contains spells that alter the environment. This could be good or bad. For example, dispel magic is an abjuration spell.
Okay. How many tridents is there? Just one per statue, or
one per image? So that means that there's one for each of you.
One individual.
One
different type of weapon each, or one trident
one
each?
one trident each. There are exactly 5 tridents.
Okay.
And it did say specifically to walk through walls that bloody
with weapon
So
in
walk
hand.
through.
yeah. Walk through water with weapon in hand. So I'm guessing it means these weapons?
The walls of history tell all.
But that may not be relevant to this room.
Yeah, I think this is the walk because there's literally a curtain of water and there's weapons on the actual wall.
Yep. Alternatively, if you don't want to do that, you can head through the crawl space that's to the south.
I would like. I would first like to pop a potion.
Yeah, it's probably a good idea. So is this a superior healing potion?
I'm checking what potions I have. 10d4. That would actually put. Yeah, I'm going to pop one of my potions of superior healing.
Okay, please roll for me please roll a d100 for me.
Oh, I don't like that.
Oh no!
I don't like that at all.
Oh no!
Okay.
Oh no!
That's a 65.
Yes. You drink the potion of superior healing. You get healed.
Okay.
I'm even more concerned that nothing happened.
Okay, I'm gonna roll. I'm just gonna do my rolling in here, and then I'm going to 10d4.
I'm genuinely more concerned that nothing happened in
Yeah, so am I. 51. Oh, great. That brings me back to 101 hit points. Then I'm going to touch one of the tridents.
Yep, you touch one of the tridents, you can feel some subtle magic emanating from it, but nothing appears to happen. There's no trap, nothing jumps out at you, and so thinking that it's safe, you lift the trident off the wall and hold it in your hands. This is a +1 trident.
Yeah!
Oh. Solid.
That actually answers my question. I was going to say, is this a serviceable weapon?
Which was the other weapon that had magic coming from it?
Only the tridents.
Only the tridents?
Yes, only the tridents.
Huh.
How do I word this in such a way? I turn to the others and go, I get as many of these tridents as I can once we're finished with them in these rooms.
Hey.
In Bobbitt's head, Nang Nang is saying, No, we must take all of them. Lie and say that you'll give them to him, but they belong to us.
That would be nice if votes are like that would be nice if Moa would let us, but we can't lie about that.
Yeah, Moa, as if to answer that, Moa says, No, if you're going to make an agreement, you stick to it. In Ava's head, Papa Zoddle just says, Tridents, so that they can defend us as our bodyguards. Yes, impressive.
Oh, it doesn't know how to use a trident.
Tridents are thrown.
Well, they're
+1.
They're not simple weapons, though.
Yeah.
But I have martial.
Yeah, a trident is a martial weapon.
I do not.
They are thrown and versatile.
And range.
Regular ass warlocks don't get martial weapons, so I can't use the efficiency with them.
So the only people that can actually use them are Onyx and Sir Lucian and Ava. And Ava's not going to want to use one, because it's a strength weapon.
Yeah.
And so Lucian's probably not going to want to use it, because his sword is better than a +1 trident.
Yeah, no shit, so...
Then I'm going to pick up a trident and walk to the curtain wall.
Yep, so you hold the trident in hand. As you stand in front of the curtain of water, the trident begins to glow.
Oh.
I want to lay it sort of point out and touch the curtain of water.
You pierce the curtain of water with the end of the trident, and the water just continues falling down onto the edge of the trident, but the trident glows even brighter.
Then wants to reach out with his other hand, and just sort of touch the water whilst the trident's like right near where the trident is.
You touch the curtain of water and your hand pokes through to the other side.
Is then going to proceed through.
Yep, you step through the curtain of water. The trident glows. You step through, emerge on the other side into the other hallway, and the trident stops glowing.
Call out to the others because I'm assuming the water's still going, saying, I'm unharmed.
Yes, you notice that Zinhorn stepped through with the trident in his hand and appears to be unharmed. So would you all like to grab hold of a trident and follow him through?
I will follow through with mine.
Yep. So you each grasp a trident and step through the curtain of water, much like it did with Zinhorn. It lets you through. And as you reach the other side, the tridents stop glowing. And even when you bring them closer to the curtain of water, they do not glow again, suggesting that this was a one-time only passage. Zinhorn, as you look around this hallway, which looks identical to the previous hallway, complete with the same images, grasping the same weapons, including another set of tridents, you notice another illusionary alcove to the right with a second crystal eyeball within. Other than that, there is a crawl space to the north, flush with the floor, about 3 feet tall, and leaving the room to the west is another 5-foot wide corridor, and you could see patches of pink alien growth sticking out, overhanging the water, indicating that this room is the end of the area where the beholder cannot see you.
We have 2 of these eyes now.
Yes, 2 of 8.
Yay!
So what would you guys like to do in here?
Just a second, I'm sending Ava's sheet to Ava.
Good idea.
Yay!
There was no slime or anything in the crawl space, was there?
No, not that you could see.
Zinhorn wants to make his way into the crawl space.
Yep. So Zinhorn, you are medium. Please make a dex check to fit inside the crawl space.
That is a 16 plus a dex check, you said?
Yep, dex. Yep. So you squeeze in.
18.
16 was already enough. So you squeeze in, and it appears that the dampness of this crawl space prevents the beholder's growth from appearing here. So you're able to make your way to the very end of it, and you see that it is a long tunnel that appears to go further north, eventually moving to the left and apparently looping around this section of the dungeon. Would you like to proceed ahead? As you proceed ahead, I'd like you to make a perception check as well.
That is a 21.
As you crawl further down the crawl space, you do notice that there is a line in the floor and walls directly in front of you, suggesting that there is a part of the crawl space that is detached from the rest of it.
Well, I make my way back out and let the others know what I found.
Definitely a good idea.
And you said there's moss on the pathway to the left.
Yep, there is moss on the pathway to the left.
Xenon, if he just pokes his head around the corner, what does he see down there?
So Zinhorn, you poke your head around the corner, and you see that this corridor appears to be relatively empty, save for the patches of beholder growth. And of course, as soon as you poke your head around the corner, you see not 1 but 2 eye stalks watching you, and as you see them, they duck back into the growth.
All right, come back and describe the options to the rest of the party.
Yep. So crawl space or corridor.
Onyx would be more comfortable going through the crawl space to check out whatever's there.
Yep.
Whatever the thing that's
the attached part is. Yep.
That's it. Because he can leave a shadow in case he gets caught in a trap.
He can.
That's true. It's annoying because I'm pretty sure outside of character I know what's probably going to happen, but I can't say it.
Yeah, it's always the way, isn't it?
Metagaming's a bitch.
Yeah.
So Onyx, you want to head into the crawl space?
Yeah, I would like to crawl into the crawl space.
And leave a shadow behind?
When I get to here...
Yep.
Or there, I would like to leave a shadow in the space behind me.
Yep, so you conjure your shadow and leave it waiting as you crawl into the tunnel ahead. With a loud grinding noise, this section of the crawlway begins to rotate, instantly cutting off the exits ahead and behind. You could feel the passage sink about 5 feet as it turns. After a few seconds, it comes to a stop, and the grinding abates. You are trapped in the cross section.
Is this across... Oh, did both cross sections actually go all the way?
Yeah, so basically you were here, and it twisted and went...
No, yep, that makes sense. No, it's just, I thought these two did end.
It left you in there. So...
Okay. I would like to...
Switch to your
swap
shadow?
to my shadow, yes.
Yep. So as you swap to your shadow, you're able to peer into the new tunnel that has appeared. And as the new tunnel rotates into place, you see a skeletal corpse lying on the floor of that tunnel, about 10 feet away.
Okay. Well... I'm going to assume that it always rotates 90 degrees.
That would be a reasonable assumption.
With that assumption, I'm going to walk in to the skeletal remains.
Yep.
Because my shadow is in the other cross section, and hopefully I can walk out using that shadow.
So as you crawl in, once again the entire crawl space begins to rumble and shift. Your shadow is deposited in the northernmost end, while you are trapped in the cross section with the skeletal remains.
I would now like to look at the skeletal remains.
You approach the skeletal remains, and they appear to have been here for quite some time. You could just make out a symbol on the rusted fragments of armor that the skeleton wears, indicating that it is part of some lost adventuring party that you're unable to identify. The structure of the skeleton indicates that it is not human or elf. I'd like you to make a nature check, please.
Once again, an intelligence check. Let's see how this goes. 8. You
determine it is most likely the skeleton of either a dragonborn or a lizard man. Clasped in the skeleton's hand is a short sword that glows a light blue color. In the other hand is a holy symbol of some kind, and lying on the ground at the skeleton's feet is a crystal eyeball.
Oh.
Okay, so the crystal eyeball, does it look the same as the ones that the others have picked up?
It's the same as the other ones.
Okay, so I'll pick that up first without touching the sword.
Yep.
First, I'm going to attempt an Arcana check.
Yep, go ahead.
You never know what the rolls are going to do for me.
What will the dice gods give us today?
Much better. That's an 18.
Yeah. 18.
Finally got a high Arcana roll.
Very well. It is a... let me bring my notes up.
Yep.
Oh, hang on.
I'm just hoping it's not cursed so I can bring it out. Oh, I can't bring it out because...
It is a magical short sword known as the Serpent's Fang. It is rare. Ooh. It does not require attunement. This single-edged magic sword is made from the scrimshawed fang of a giant serpent. Its hilt changes shape to adjust to the grasp of any creature that picks it up. The weapon deals an extra 1d10 poison damage to any target it hits.
Damn.
I require it.
Yeah, Ava's gonna want that.
Oh, that's... Okay, I don't detect any curses laid on it?
Nope, there is no curse.
Okay, I'll pick it up and pocket it, because...
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
Am I detecting anything from the holy symbol?
No, it appears to be an ordinary holy symbol.
Okay, well I'm gonna...
Maybe worth a bit, because it is of quite fine construction, but it's definitely not magical.
Okay, so one magic sword. I'll get the detail again later, or when you give it to...
Yep.
When I give it to you.
The holy symbol in question appears to be what appears to be a dragon's head constructed out of pure gold with tiny pearls for its eyes.
Damn.
Oh, wow, okay. Holy symbol.
You just have to find someone to figure out
gold
what it actually is a good of.
Okay, cool. I'm just writing that down so that I know that I have it. Okay, I'm going to do some jiggery pokery, swap to my
your shadow, and then call out. Yep. So your shadow's dispelled as you grow further away from it. You make
I'm
your
not
way
30 feet away from it.
But you will be. You will be, because you're making your way to the end of the crawl space. You jump out.
No. I just want to go outside the circle.
Oh, yep.
So that I can then swap back. Walk back in, swap back, and get out with the items, because the items don't teleport
yes,
with me.
you want to come that way, yes. Very well. So,
Hello.
you pop out the end of the crawl space that you went in. And it works, because you would crawl out, then you'd crawl back in, which would rotate it. It takes a few rotations, so it takes about half an hour, but eventually you pop out of the... Eventually you pop out of the crawl space... holding the sword in one hand and the holy symbol in the other. And as soon as Ava sees the sword, her eyes light up, and Papa Zoddle's spirit in her head says, "Good, good, your servant has brought you a gift."
I chuck the sword on the ground and go, "I don't need it, do what you will." And I now am going to go back in and try to get out through the other side.
Yep.
I was going to say, before you do that, Bob, did anyone else see the holy symbol?
Yeah. He was grasping it. You can make a religion check.
I was going to say, I was going to say, Bobbitt's going to just run up and tug out going, "Bobbit, look at that."
No.
Oh.
Yeah, Onyx won't let you.
Onyx wants to keep it. He's not giving it to the one that he knows has the thief spirit in him.
Yeah.
He just said Bobbit goes, "Fine." Bobbit was going to tell you what it did, but...
However, Bobbit, with your knowledge of religion, just seeing it in Onyx's hand, you do quickly identify it as a symbol of Bahamut.
Who?
Sorry?
Bahamut.
Oh, the good.
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Good boy.
Indicating
I guess
that...
I would probably know that, wouldn't I? Because being a whatever, it doesn't matter.
Well, you worship dragons. You don't worship dragons.
I would know who
gods.
Bahamut is. I wouldn't know what his symbol is.
Yeah. But you get the impression that the Dragonborn who's wedged dead in the passageway was probably some kind of paladin.
No.
Oh, that's too bad.
Dead tallies aren't much fun.
No. Sure you want to go out the other way? Because I can tell you right now, it just pops out at the end of this hallway.
Yeah, but I bypassed the moss.
Oh, yeah, but the moss
but we
is
still
fine
meet
as
back.
long
Yeah,
as
it's it's still going to be there at the other end of the hallway when you pop back out.
Yeah, it's going to be... The moss is
And
going
we
to cover...
need to go to the room in the middle, don't we?
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
want to see what's in there.
You
might want to. You could head straight to the end of the hallway, or you can check out the room in the middle.
Well, I mean, while I'm doing my maneuvers, they can walk up through the hallway.
Yep, alright. So you're
my guy
making
doesn't
your
care
way...
what they do.
You're making your way through the crawl space while the others step into the corridor. And about halfway down the corridor, there is a stone door leading to the east. And there is something carved into it in common. It reads, "This door opens for the lonely."
I am going to start working on an inventory list for Onyx because he's getting many items.
Who doesn't have a god?
So Lucian. That could be one interpretation, or it could be simply telling you that you must enter the room alone. It's up to you which interpretation you...
Can we roll anything to try and work on an interpretation? Before we just wander in there aimlessly?
Yeah, you can wander in there aimlessly.
No, so can I roll something to check before
go ahead,
wanders in aimlessly?
Make an intelligence check.
Yeah, come on, man. You know me. I'm not reckless at all.
Bobbit is, though.
Oh yeah, Bobbit is definitely goes to that saying.
So,
intelligence, 18 on intelligence.
So there are two interpretations. One is that someone who has no god spirit in their head must enter, or someone must enter on their own. And then, as if to confirm your suspicions, you move up and you touch the door, and it begins to open to your touch. But then as soon as one of the others steps up behind you, it slams shut again.
So only one person can go in.
It appears to be so.
Well, Bob looks back and goes, the room only lets one person enter.
What would you like to do?
I'll go, because I can Misty Step.
Yeah, Ava
Oh, wait.
go in.
Wait, no.
I don't want teleportation magic, though.
Yeah, the only way you could teleport in this place freely is if you were attuned to the black skull necklace that Bobbit is keeping in her bag.
So by that logic, Bobbit
also haven't actually told anyone about the fact that we still have that, but that is...
By that logic, Bobbit should go in.
But I haven't attuned to it yet.
Well, you can
I do have dimension door, but I don't really want to fucking roll on that shit.
Onyx summons his shadow.
Yep. Well, Onyx...
Oh, I'm not there, so don't worry.
Yeah, you're not there. You're not there. You're still
Mr. I leave the rest of the party.
Yeah, you're still making your way through the crawl space. So is Ava heading in, or is Bobbit heading in, or is Zinhorn heading in?
Well...
Do we want to head in at all?
I feel like we need to find the 8s.
Yeah, we have three.
You have 3. There might be a 4th.
There's an excellent chance there's probably one in there because it seems elaborate enough of a friggin' trick to make sure there's one in there.
Zinhorn walks up to the door.
Yep. So Zinhorn, you step into the room, and as you do, the door shuts behind you, separating you from everyone else. Zinhorn, this chamber contains a stone font filled with a steaming green liquid. Beyond it, a shadowy figure stands at an open door on the far side of the room. The figure's back is towards you. You can see through the open door, and it appears it leads into an empty room.
Like your shadow at the font. What is...
Oh.
I don't even know what that...
As you stand there staring at the font, the shadowy figure stands opposite you, its back turned to you, seemingly staring into the empty room.
Zinhorn wants to take one step to the left.
You take one step to the left, and the shadow mimics your movement, staying parallel with you. However, its back is still
faced in your direction. You cannot see its face.
Okay, Zinhorn wants to move around, so it's opposite the.
Yep. So
on the opposite side.
You'd like to go where it is.
Yeah.
You begin to move around the font. Your shadow mimicking you, moving around the other side. Are you facing towards the font, or are you facing into the empty room?
Well, I'm firstly looking directly at it.
Yep, so you're looking directly at it, and as it makes its way around, it does not swivel in place, maintaining its facing. So as you stand in front of the font, you look back at it. It is facing the font. It is facing you. You look upon its face and see a horrific visage locked in a silent scream. It is your own face. Please make a wisdom save.
I was waiting for the send check there.
I was going to say, I want to look at it.
Yeah, I was hearing please make it. It's like, oh, shit.
You said wisdom save?
Yep.
I'm now eternally grateful I was the one.
That is a 19.
19. The DC was 20.
You look back. I have a plus 10 in my wisdom save.
I'm so very glad this was you, because I would never been able to make that save.
You look back into its face. You feel terror gripping your heart. You open your mouth and let out an anguished scream. You drop to 0 hit points and die.
Shit.
Wait, what?
As you hit the ground and feel your life ebbing away, you hear Obalaka in your head screaming as her consciousness, as her essence is torn out of your head. You survive on 1 HP, but Obalaka is no more.
Well, that was fun.
Fuck! Shit!
Oh God.
You're left with the feeling that you narrowly escaped death.
Oh.
That was the only point of this room, wasn't it?
No, there's still more to do. He just made the mistake of looking at it.
Oh. No. I'll yell at you later. See, I know how to solve this, but I'm not in the room, so I can't help.
The first thing you do, Zinhorn, is you immediately turn around as you climb to your feet so that you are facing into the empty room, knowing that that thing is behind you, now staring at your back, standing in front of the font of liquid.
Okay, can I go through the door?
You can. You step through the door. Yep.
Okay,
Before you do.
Trying to figure out, because I'm at 1 hit point.
Wait, that thing mimics your movements, right?
It does, except for what direction he's facing. It appears to always be locked in the same facing.
Again, I can't really suggest anything, because not in the room, and that would be metagaming.
So what would you like to do, Zinhorn?
May I suggest cry?
Zinhorn's truly on that. God, I don't know.
Well, as
you can always try and leave as long as you don't look at it, you can always leave the room and let someone else do it. Just make sure you tell them what happened in there first.
You just have to make...
going to not look directly towards it and make his way out, and
making sure you keep your back to the font. You edge around it, back at the door, and then back out and come out to the others as the door shuts behind you. The rest of you notice...
just collapses on the ground.
The rest of you notice Zinhorn coming out looking extremely pale as he collapses on the stone floor, breathing heavily.
You okay? What happened?
Would we know that the god's dead because our gods would have felt it?
you all felt something, like you all felt some force pulling in your heads, but you don't know what it signifies. And the other gods don't appear to know either.
You okay? What happened?
I almost died. I don't have a voice in my head anymore, but believe as I was losing conscious, they protected me somehow. There was a shadow thing, and I looked at it, and I died.
And it was Obalaka sacrificing herself so that you may come back.
Oh.
So
at this,
yeah.
There are simultaneous reactions in your heads. Nang says, well, you know, better her than me. And Moa simply says, such a shame. And meanwhile, in Ava's head, Papa Zoddle says, well, she's done her job. Always have the servants die so that you may live.
How's Wongo? Oh God, Wongo. How's Wongo taking it?
Wongo's just going, good riddance.
There's like no context. He's just having Wongo celebrating in his head, and he has no idea why.
Good riddance. So by this time, Onyx is able to actually come out of the crawl space, and Onyx, it is here that you notice you are at the end of the corridor. Right in front of you appears to be a big stone block covered in seemingly hundreds of carvings, and directly to the east of you is a tiny peephole cut into the wall, allowing whoever is standing on the other side to look through it and gaze upon the carvings on the large stone block.
So then, why am I standing right between the two?
Well, you came out of the crawl space.
Yeah, you chose this.
I mean, if I came out, I would have been standing there.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's a wall with carvings and a
Ella
peephole.
wants to kill us.
Yes.
Yeah. You doubted
does,
Don't
indeed.
even deny it. You're just like, yeah.
No, he's
his job.
This is why we've been so cautious, because he from for the first session trying to get into this damn tomb, he was like, I'm out to kill you.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to then, I guess, just walk west and look down the corridor and wave at the others.
So you see the others, all of them gathered around Zinhorn, who is in a crumpled heap on the floor, as you wave at them.
Wasn't me, so, you know.
Zinhorn just looks at the others and goes, if you go in there, don't look at it in the face.
Okay, so you said it had its back to you.
Yes, to start off with, and as I walked around...
You were facing it.
Probably mention that it's a clone, and probably mention that when you go into the door in there, that it's gonna walk out the door out here.
Yeah.
So we should not look at it?
Yeah, not look at its face.
Yeah, Zinhorn just explains it all, and then he goes over to where Onyx is and just turns into an armored saber-tooth and just curls up
in front of him. So who'd like to go in the room? I assume Bobbit is game.
I have an idea. I have an idea on how this might work. I mean, I need to make sure I definitely don't look at this thing, because unless I roll a nat 20, I can't physically pass that DC save. So, okay, Bobbit's gonna step up to the plate on this one.
And everyone else should turn around.
Yep.
Please don't look, because,
Please don't look.
Okay.
Don't look at me.
Just don't look. Just don't look.
You step into the room in front of the font of steaming green fluid. In front of you stands the figure that Zinhorn warned you of. It is currently facing away from you, looking into the empty room beyond the opposite door.
Okay, so at this point in time, if I move forward, it's going to walk backwards with its face facing the other wall.
Yes. You take a step forwards towards the font, and it takes a step backwards towards the font.
Okay,
still facing...
Okay.
Yep. Still
what
facing into the empty room.
Okay.
What do you want to do?
So I'm going to zoom in so I can make sure I'm doing this properly. So my shadow self is here, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so what I want to do is walk around here while constantly facing the wall until I get to here.
Yep.
Is there a cup or something nearby?
There does not appear to be any cup. The room is completely empty, save for the font of liquid.
Alright, in that case, if there's no cup, I'm going to mimic bending forward, leaning over, scooping my hands directly forward into something directly in front of me and pretending to drink.
Behind you, you hear a splash of liquid as the figure dips its hands into the font, and then you hear as it slurps the liquid up. You continue miming drinking, hearing more slurping.
Mm-hmm.
This continues for about 10 minutes, until finally the slurping from your shadow stops. You hear footsteps as the shadow begins to move of its own accord. And then you hear the sound of the door leading into the empty room shutting behind the shadow as it leaves. Do you dare turn around?
So the door it's gone in the door, it's closed, right?
You think?
Okay. I'm going to turn, but I want to be facing this way as I turn, making sure I look nowhere near the other door or anything else. I just sort of sideways glance at the font of where the font was.
You slowly turn around, fear gripping you. You breathe a sigh of relief as it seems that the shadow is gone and the font is empty, leaving inside a single crystal eye at the bottom of the pool, and I would like you to please roll 2d20s.
Okay. I'm so sorry, Zinhorn. If I could have told you this in advance, I would have. All right.
Well, it helps if you know what words mean. I just looked up what Slake.
Well, I wasn't even going for like what words mean. I was literally going with like what you were doing as opposed to what the shadow was doing. Okay, so do I add the two d20s together?
Add them together, please.
All right, that is a 23.
A 23. Okay, that is a scroll. There is a rolled up piece of parchment sitting next to the crystal eyeball at the bottom of the font.
Okay. I am very quickly going to scoop up, without, again, still not looking at the actual door, because I want nothing to do with that. I'm going to basically grab the eyeball, grab the scroll, and then sprint out of the room.
You sprint out of the room, as the door shuts behind you, and you just sit
there. Just breathe for a few seconds, and then just go, got it! What's the scroll? I'm going to sit down and look at the scroll.
Well done.
You unfurl the scroll, and it is a scroll of Blade Barrier.
Ooh, wait. Is that the one I think it is? I think it's something else.
It's a cleric spell, Blade Barrier. You create a vertical wall of whirling razor-sharp blades made of magical energy. The wall appears within range and lasts for the duration of the spell, which is concentration up to 10 minutes. You can make a straight wall up to 100 feet long, 20 feet high, or 5 feet thick, with a ringed wall up to 60 feet in diameter. When a creature enters the wall's area for the first turn, they must make a dex save. On a failed save, the creature takes 6d10 slashing damage.
Nice.
Nice.
I got the eyeball thing, and who wants one of these? And just holds up the scroll and explains what it does.
And you go flip it.
And without even taking a second glance, anyone else probably immediately stuffs it in their pockets. And, yeah, cool, no one wants it. Bam.
Yep. So you join Onyx at the end of the corridor, and
before we go anywhere,
yep.
Onyx holds out his hand and goes, "Anyone not taking a trident? I would like it now, please."
Do you hand over your trident +1s to Onyx?
Well, my trident is now in saber-tooth form.
Yep. I don't. Well, no one else could use them. So
actually, no. Bobbit holds hers out and holds her hand out and goes, "Bobbit wants to look at the holy symbol, please."
Of course.
I get it back.
If you're good.
Keep your trident. I look at the others.
I'll give I'll give my trident to Bobbit.
Oh.
You just she hands it to Bobbit. You just see the smile grin goes.
Onyx, in your head, Wongo just says, "Smash the bird to pieces."
Jesus. Bobbit's happy to trade.
Okay, I'll make do with one. I'll make do with one trident.
Really?
Yeah.
So, the corridor turns sharply to the left. At the corner, just before the turn, a peephole is carved into the stone wall at a height of 6 feet.
What a shame! I'm too short.
However,
and I totally can't fly.
The rest of you can examine the big block that is on the other side of the peephole if you like.
Bobbit can't. She's too short as well.
Well, you can examine the block. You could just walk around and walk up to it.
You want us to do it too bad.
Yeah.
Well, it's the only thing you could do here, unless you want to look through the peephole.
Real quick, Dale.
Yep.
In regards to your inventory slots, how many weapons can you have equipped?
Only 2.
Only 2. Okay. Yeah, just so that I know which ones are worn and don't actually take up a weight slot. Okay, cool. Thank you.
With the 2 crappy tridents, I had no idea what to actually do anything with this.
So what would you like to do? Someone want to examine the block? Someone want to look through the peephole? What do you want to turn back?
I would like to examine the block.
Alright.
He's just in the corner licking his wounds.
I would like Bobbit to please make an investigate check.
Okay. That's a 15.
A 15, okay. The corridor ends at a block of stone on which is painted a 7-foot-tall jackal-headed humanoid with a circular gold medallion around its neck. All around the figure are carvings of locusts. Close inspection reveals that one of the carved locusts is a button that can be pushed. Furthermore, the medallion worn by the jackal-headed painting is actually a 6-inch diameter gold disc engraved with the face of a horned devil, its mouth agape. Lodged behind this disc is a clay dial etched with 8 hieroglyphics. A single hieroglyphic, a vulture, is visible through the hole that forms the gaping devil's mouth, but the dial is locked in place, and try as you might, you cannot turn it, meaning the remaining 7 hieroglyphs are hidden from view behind the gold disc.
There is a lot to take in there.
So basically, it's got a button you can press. It's got a medallion around its neck, which is actually the image of a smiling devil face, which you've grown very familiar with in this dungeon. And through the mouth, you can see a hieroglyphic of a vulture. The hieroglyphic appears to be painted on some sort of dial, but no matter what you do, you can't get the dial to move, so you can't slide it across to look at the other hieroglyphics, so you're stuck looking at the vulture.
Vulture is the first step.
There is also the button to press, and is anyone looking through the peephole?
I think no one has yet.
Yep, so Sir Lucian's going to. Sir Lucian steps up and looks through the peephole. Bobbit steps out of the way, and the peephole, as you look through it, the peephole appears to magnify the block on the other side, and you see the hieroglyphic of the vulture filling up your entire vision. In addition, as soon as you look through the peephole, you begin to hear the thoughts of the other members of the party in your head.
You in for a ride, boy!
And
sorry, continue.
When you think naturally, what am I hearing? They all hear it as well. Peering through the peephole appears to give you a telepathic link between yourself and the other members of the party.
Wait, so we can hear his thoughts and he can hear ours?
Yes.
Oh, I'm so glad I wasn't the one that peeked through that, because that would have been
inquire about Bobbit's mystical bananas.
For the first time, you can hear all of the gods squabbling amongst themselves.
Almost all of them.
Yeah, almost all of them.
Somewhere in the back, you can just hear another voice just randomly going, it's just easily the longest week of my entire life. Gods, other just voices everywhere. This is ridiculous.
So what would you like to do? Yeah, poor Alessander. Yeah, Sir Lucian is just buffeted by a chaotic jumble of voices emanating from Bobbit, and it takes you try your hardest to try and differentiate who is talking, but you just can't, so you try to block Bobbit out entirely and focus only on the others.
Yeah, good luck with that one. There's about 5 voices going on up there between myself and everything else. Oh my god, I just realized you could probably hear Blinky in there as well.
Yeah. But Blinky or Blinkette is just saying, I'm not looking forward to the beholder.
Just,
yeah. As soon as you just keep turning around, just say, everyone shut up, just shut up, just shut up.
Yeah, so Lucian's going, everyone be quiet. We have to figure out what's going on.
We are.
Just Bobbit in their own heads, just like, so this is our life every day. How's everyone else doing? Hi.
Bobbit, would you like to press the button on the block?
I would suggest that everyone in the party, including myself, goes to the back, goes further down and away, and I will use Mage Hand to push the button, because no.
You cast Mage Hand and feel your Mage Hand pressing into the block, and then instantaneously, without so much as a rush of air, everybody except Sir Lucian, who is peering through the peephole, is teleported to the other side of the stone block.
Oh, shit.
Everyone's gone.
And he's still here.
Yeah. And
Lucian's just doing the whole shut up, everyone shut up, and then we all disappear. It's like, thank God.
So Lucian can still hear you. And so Lucian, you just hear everyone thinking, what? Where are we now? And you have emerged in a strange room. 4 torches illuminate gold sphinxes crouched in the corners of this 15-foot high room. The torches cast flickering light across hieroglyphs carved into the tiled floor. The center of the room, a gold-inlaid funeral barge, stands atop a 3-foot-tall stone dais. Resting on the deck of the barge is a small golden sarcophagus decorated with images of horned rabbits. A dark shaft opens in the ceiling directly above the barge, while to the south, a corridor is visible through a set of fangs carved into the wall. The skeleton of a dwarf sprawls on the floor east of the barge, clad in a tattered yellow turban and dusty chainmail, and clutching a bronze shield. In your head, Bobbit, Nang Nang immediately says, "Oh, gotta loot that shield before anyone else can." I'm now going to swap over to a different map.
This should be interesting.
So Lucian is not present. This is what the room looks like.
Lovely.
Well, fuck.
The vulture is the first step.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So with that, Zinhorn, would you like to step on the nearest vulture you can see?
Zinhorn's still saber-tooth, so...
Yeah, Zinhorn can't. Well, actually, you guys are on this side.
Saberhorn is terrified at the moment after what just happened.
You guys are on this side, so...
Why does every time I touch something, things happen?
So what would...
That's how it works, Bobbit.
That's how it works.
That's how it works.
So who's brave enough
for touching it?
Wants to kill you.
Who's brave enough to take a step? Yep. Question.
Are we still telepathically linked?
Yeah. So Lucian, you can still communicate with him. He's staring at the block on the other side.
Wait,
he
so
can't get to you.
So we're only linked to Sir Lucian. It's not like we're all linked to each other.
No, you're only linked to Sir Lucian. You can't hear each other, but he can hear all of you.
Huh.
He can also convey messages.
Yes, he can.
So from what I could see here, I get the vulture is the first step. So the vulture tile is the first one to step on.
So would you like to step on it?
The thing that the vulture will turn.
I'm guessing, I was gonna say if we do that, the next. Oh, I see how this works. So if we step on one, then
the dial
ideally
will
the dial will
turn,
change
and
and
so
will tell us
Lucian
where to
will
go
tell
next.
you. Yeah, so Lucian will tell you what the next hieroglyphic is.
So we're trusting our entire safety in this to Sir Lucian.
Sir Lucian, yes.
I have a question that I need to ask you after this session.
Okay.
Oh, good.
So, who'd like to step onto the vulture? Who's game?
Bubba completed the last puzzle.
That is true.
Wait, quick question. Are there any tiles and stuff on the walls?
No. The only thing... the walls are bare, save for the torches that bathe this entire room in flickering light, and in particular illuminate the 4 sphinxes that stand at each corner of the room.
See, a part of me wants to see if I could just cheese this and just either have someone fly over or just walk across the roof. But at the same time, I feel like those sphinxes are deliberately there for a reason.
Yeah, I'm not gonna fly.
You're not
there's a laser tripwire in there somewhere.
Yeah, okay, so...
If I was by myself, I would shadow onto the pedestal.
Yeah, but I feel like the second we try to cheat, that it's gonna know.
Well, you can try and see what happens. You don't know.
Okay.
I will just point out that so far this session, we had Ava nearly get chopped in half, and we had Zinhorn actually die.
Can I try to talk to Mud more?
Yes, you can. Please make a religion check.
I kind of want to loot the body.
Yeah, so does Nang.
No. I mean...
There is a reason he wasn't removed by the cleanup crew.
Alright, that's 19 plus 7, so 26.
So, Ava, you close your eyes, and in the darkness you imagine the great form of Mudmore peering down at you, his eyes glowing red. He smiles, revealing his toothy maw, and he says, "Follow the directions calmly and orderly."
Yeah.
Alright, no problem. I'm going to stand on the vulture.
You stand on the vulture, and as you do so, Sir Lucian, on the other side of the peephole, you see the dial begin to slowly turn. It now shows a serpent. You pass this on to the rest of the group.
Alright, I will step diagonally.
Wait,
does he tell me? I'm assuming he tells me.
So Lucian, are you telling the party that you now see a serpent? I assume you're actually...
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, lovely. So Ava steps down onto the serpent.
I'm just being a conduit at this point.
Yep.
Yeah.
Just enjoy the madness.
On the other side, the dial slides again, revealing to Sir Lucian a door.
I'll step on the door.
You step onto the door. The dial slides again, revealing a reed.
You want to step on the wreath?
I don't know.
Reed or wreath?
Reed.
Do you say reed or reed?
Reed.
Yeah, I'm going to step on the reed.
Okay, I just had a thought, just not to break in the middle of this, but this is a room with a god, and the only person who doesn't currently have one is sitting outside.
Well, Zinhorn doesn't have one now.
I don't have one.
That's true, he doesn't have
anymore.
one either. Okay, yeah, no, sorry, that's...
So Lucian reveals the next tile, a scarab.
Fuck. Alright.
Oh, that's...
There's now 2 to pick from.
Pick the north one. Pick the north one. Because the north one gives you access to all, whereas the south one doesn't give you access to the foot.
Yeah.
Vulture.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm writing this down, by the way.
Same.
Do you want to step on?
If she steps on the wrong one.
Yeah. But there's 2 beetles, so you want to step on this north one because that gives you access to the scepter, the vulture.
Yeah. In case the next one's a foot.
Yeah.
So you step on.
But if I step on the wrong one, then I'll instantly die.
If it's only one of the
you don't know.
3 more lives.
Yeah.
Go through.
Yeah, you've got an extra life, so.
We'd rather not waste all of them, though. By the way.
Yeah, you'll need them for Asarak, but So you step onto the northernmost scarab, your body tensing as you await something to happen, but it doesn't. The dial slides over and reveals a scepter as the next tile.
There we go. That's the trick.
Uh-huh. Clever.
So you now have 2 scepters to choose from.
Yeah.
Can you just jump into the middle?
You could. You could, but...
I'm not gonna.
No.
No.
This place is... I only assume this place is going to know full well if someone tries to cheat this system. Okay.
That if it does open the sarcophagus, then it basically means all bets are off. Everyone, you can run across the whole field.
Yeah, but
Because of whatever's going to come out of there.
Yeah, but at the same time, we don't know if, cheating at this puzzle is not going to make it impossible to get out because we got teleported into the room.
All you know is that this dwarf clearly stepped on the wrong tile, and he appears to have died where he stands.
Can Onyx do a medicine check from a distance to see how this guy died?
Yes, you can.
That is a 17.
So you notice that his armor and his weapon don't appear to be that deteriorated. However, there is not a scrap of flesh left on his bones. Your spine chills as you notice that his bones are covered in tiny gnaw marks, indicating that something ate him alive.
Probably scarabs.
Scarabs.
Lovely.
Oh, no.
So
I think I want to take the top one.
Top one? So you step...
What is...
Well, you're the one who's out here. They're not facing any danger.
They're chilling.
Sorry.
That's you.
Oh, dear.
So you step onto the northernmost scepter. The dial slides aside and reveals a foot.
Okay, that's easy.
You step onto the foot. The dial slides and reveals the final hieroglyphic, an urn.
Cool. I'll step
You know
on
what's
there.
really annoying?
Oh,
Yep.
wait. No, there's fucking 2 urns.
Yeah, one to the north and one diagonally.
But you said final, so...
Yes. So hazarding a guess to the north.
When you inspected the dial, how many slots did it have?
Well, it appeared to have at least...
said final.
Yeah, I just said it's the final one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm going to, you gave that one away. So
Yeah.
I'm going to step on the northern one. Unless you're being an asshole. But...
No. As you step onto the final hieroglyphic, all of the hieroglyphics on the floor begin to light up and glow, and you hear a great rumbling as the big stone block to the east slides down into the floor, allowing Sir Lucian to enter the room with the rest of you.
Okay.
Hi, Sir Lucian.
I would like to look at the body.
Yep, you'd like to look at the body, so you move up, step next to the body. His armor appears to be in good condition, but other than that, it does not appear to be magical. He has the same mark on his armor as the man who you found in the gravity ring, indicating that he is a member of the Yellow Banner Adventuring Company. The only thing of note he appears to have on his person is his shield, which emanates a faint field of magic, and grasped in his sword hand is another crystal eyeball.
I pocket the eyeball and would like to do an Arcana check on the shield.
Go ahead, make an Arcana check.
Hey, that's a 19.
It is a shield +1.
Oh. Neat.
I take it.
You take it.
I was kind of hoping you'd fail that, so you'd need me.
Will it require a attunement
I'm
to attune to it?
No, it's just a straight up regular shield, just +1.
Yeah, it doesn't require attunement. It's just uncommon +1 shield.
Yep, that's an extra 1 to your AC.
If you're not going to use it, you can at least sell it later when you get to.
Nope, I'm going to use that because my current shield is only a normal shield.
Yep, so that's an extra +1 AC.
Meanwhile, if Ava would like to open the sarcophagus, please make an athletics check.
Ava would like to look around the outside of the sarcophagus.
Oh, that's fair enough. You can make an investigate check.
I would just like to tell people that my AC is now a natural 20.
Yes.
Welcome to the
Thank you for rubbing it in. All right, that is 16.
16. You look around and it appears that there's something different about the hieroglyphics now. They're no longer glowing, but they appear to have lost their luster, now blending into the stone tiles. It appears whatever magic they held is gone and you have completed the puzzle. Aside from that, the only other things of note are the Sphinx statues, the torches, and some small patches of purple growth that hug the northern and southernmost walls.
I meant specifically the sarcophagus.
Yep. So the funeral barge appears to be carved of solid gold, but there is nothing around the sarcophagus itself other than the funeral barge.
Funeral barge.
Yep.
The side of the funeral barge and the side of the sarcophagus are both decorated with pictures of horned rabbits.
Ooh. The equinox. It's funny.
All right.
So I suppose you'll need someone to open the sarcophagus and then
right,
someone else to...
I'll try and open it.
Alright, make an athletics check, please.
Actually, my athletics is garbage. Who's got good athletics?
All right.
Xenon does.
Poet's happy to help.
Yep, also Lucian.
Xenon
Right.
cautiously makes his way across in tiger form, and then once he's safe over there, drops tiger form.
Yep, go ahead, Zinhorn, make your athletics check.
That is a 15.
You lift the lid off the sarcophagus. Inside are the fragile bones of an almirage, as well as its spiral horn, which has been hollowed out so that you may blow through it and use it as a musical instrument.
Neat. Is it like a pan flute?
Yeah. Who would like to touch the horn?
Aww.
Right, who's
Currently, Lucid and Zinhorn are the only ones that don't have
gods.
a...
Yep.
Yeah.
Almirage.
Yeah, who was the Almirage?
It was...
So I'm currently looking.
Yep.
Yep.
So, according
Please
to
roll.
the notes that you have, Ijin is the Almirage.
Someone couldn't go with Ajin.
Which means that Ijin is actually the one that has no rival. So,
Really? I thought that was the flail snail.
well, apparently Ijin's the Almirage, but it has no rival.
Oh, to be fair, the flower snail didn't have any rival either.
Yeah, that is correct.
He just got annoyed at all of the noise.
Yes.
Wait. Okay, I'm not arguing either way. So who? I mean, I'm not even involved in this
you had
conversation.
two already.
Who gets it? I'm good.
So either Ava or Onyx can get a second, or Zinhorn and Sir Lucian can get a first god.
Seeing what happened to Zinhorn, Onyx will forgo this one.
Yeah, because you want him alive for your own purpose.
Yes, I was just thinking on how to word that.
So Zinhorn or Sir Lucian?
And while you decide, I will be right back.
I'll go.
After what happens, Zinhorn is definitely...
Oh, wait, no, I was wrong. Aijin is not the one that has... is not the one that has a rival. In fact, Aijin's rival is Oberlaka, which means if Zinhorn takes it... Well, wait, Zinhorn can take it. Oberlaka's dead. Yeah.
It's perfect. Get rid of Oberlaka and get Aijin.
This would be hilarious. They're gonna rock him and go, so where's Oberlaka? Dead. Yes!
I feel like it's almost fate.
Fate or just freaking funny.
That said, when Oberlaka died, you lost your additional attunement slot, so...
Oh,
shit.
Yes.
Yeah, because when you lose your ability that Oberlaka
they
gave
give you. Yes.
So do I still have the Ring of Protection, or...
You don't have the Ring of Protection, because that was the last thing you attuned to. You still have the ring, it's just not attuned to you.
Yeah, right.
Bummer.
So who'd like to touch the horn?
Oh. Zinhorn is sort of keen to, since he's on, no health, but it's up to Lucian whether...
Well, there's still more gods to get, so Lucian has been able to survive without one this whole time, so...
True.
Okay,
but it's up to you two. It's up to you two.
Yeah.
Lucian, Zinhorn, it's up to you two. You two make the decision.
I think it would be quite ironic for Zinhorn to get Oberlaka's rightful
You go for it, Zinhorn.
Alright, so Lucian will take the next one. Zinhorn takes this one. Streamers of light emanate from the tip of the horn. As they swirl around you, they form into a spectral rabbit with a single horn on its brow. A female voice whispers, "Quick! Let me in! We must stop Asirak!" You are now possessed by Aijin. Aijin, the Almiraj, is fickle and unpredictable. While inhabited by Aijin, you gain the following flaw: I never stick to a plan. While Aijin inhabits you, your dexterity becomes 23, unless it is already
Jesus!
higher.
Holy shit! Someone should have given that. Wow, that is. Wow.
I'll take that.
Jesus, mother of God! Could you imagine if Lucian had gotten this one?
Yeah, so Lucian
would have blown himself up before a battle.
Oh.
Would you like to identify what the horn itself is? Make an Arcana check.
It's like, I mean, I could do it unless you guys want to.
Well, Zinhorn could. I'm sure Zinhorn could do it.
Oh yeah, Zinhorn could do it.
Got Arcana, yeah.
Yep.
That is a 17 plus 4 is a 21.
So the horn that has been fashioned into a musical instrument is a silver horn of Valhalla. It is a rare, wondrous item. You can use an action to blow this horn. In response, warrior spirits from the plane of Isgard appear within 60 feet of you. These spirits use the Berserker statistics. They return to Isgard after 1 hour, or when they drop to 0 points. Once you use the horn, it can't be used again until 7 days have passed. The silver horn summons 2d4 plus 2 Berserkers. They are friendly to you and your companions and follow your commands.
That's dope. I just had a fun idea. You see, Bobbit sort of go up to the horn thing, goes, "Oh, that looks real pretty." Goes to touch it, it's like, it burns. Why?
Yes, it's silver. As you take the horn, you hear a rumbling sound as the devil face to the south that serves as a door back out into the balcony slides left into the wall, and a tomb guardian and 2 helmed horrors swarm into the tomb, please roll for initiative.
So we have to fight these guys no matter what we did.
14.
Well, actually, they were the wandering monsters.
They just happened to be there. Awesome.
They just happened to roll this room to wander into when you moved into it.
Of course you freaking did.
Oh my god, I just looked at my initiative.
Yeah, your initiative's like plus fucking 50 now, so you
I
go
have
first.
plus 11 to initiative.
Wow.
That's brilliant.
I rolled a 13, but I feel like at this point it doesn't fucking matter because Zinhorn's going first.
That is a 28.
Jesus!
Yeah.
I needed that as well because I'm on 1 HP.
Oh, yeah, you are.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
Yeah, but he's going to be just ducking and dodging the whole time, so it's kind of fine.
As long as he heals himself.
Having done that before, yes.
Using one of those potions of superior healing. Zinhorn.
Oh, wild shit.
Zinhorn, you are up first.
Hey, I got 22.
Yes, Ava's up second.
Yeah.
Didn't even take my initiative.
So
20.
is taking a potion during combat, is that bonus?
It's
Is
a
that
bonus.
normal?
It's a bonus action. Yeah.
Just be careful with the superior one that's got some weird voodoo to it.
Yeah. So first and foremost, Zinhorn is going to back up.
Yeah, definitely.
Get as far away as he can.
Definitely. I'm going to move him away. He's going to get right to the back of the room.
Not near the purple slime
Not
either.
near the purple moss.
No,
right
God,
here.
no.
Get away from that. He is then going to summon a fire elemental.
Ooh, good idea.
That's good.
Right in front of the Tomb Guardian.
Yep. I will drop him on. Sorry, I was just getting the details of Kitty's sword. Fire Elemental is going to drop down right in front of the Tomb Guardian. Here he is. As he materializes.
The only healing I have is
I've got you.
is a supreme healing potion.
Yes.
Yeah, I've got you.
So what would you...
You know what? Zinhorn is going to then transform back into the armored Sabertooth, so he gets health back.
Get your HP back, that's fair enough. Okay, so that's Zinhorn's turn done.
When he does that, can I still heal regular Zinhorn?
He'd be at max HP in his tiger form now. So
which is like 84 HP. So.
Yeah, so there's no need to heal him at the moment. Okay.
So I thought I'd do that, save that, and then Fire Elemental's turn.
Yep, what's Fire Elemental going to do?
Firstly, it's going to multi-attack the Tomb Guardian.
Yep, go ahead.
First attack is a 13.
That is not a hit.
Alright, and second attack is a... math is hard.
There you go,
21.
Kitty, there's your sword. 21, that is a hit.
Cool, so that is 2d6 fire, which is 7 plus 3 is 10 points of fire damage.
Yep.
Anything on it is now ignited.
Yep. And that 10 is doubled to 20 as the Tomb Guardian is weak to fire. As it recoils away from the flame, it gets disadvantage on attack rolls and ability checks until the end of its next turn with its aversion to fire.
If I was to get the fire elemental to come into...
Sorry.
Solid,
oops, I'm messing everything. Okay. If I get it to come into this square here...
Yep.
Does that count as It wouldn't enter. Is it entering the creature's space because of its size, or?
No. It's still in its own space.
Okay.
It's only entering the creature's space if it goes here or here.
Did the Tomb Guardian did it light up?
It did not light up. It only took 20 points of fire damage.
Alright, in that case, I get the fire elemental to go into the Tomb Guardian's square.
Yep, just sweep past it, and it catches
So
the
it
light.
then becomes lit up.
Yep, it's now on fire. It is now Ava's turn.
Ava is just writing down some sword stuff.
Yes.
It is a short sword.
It is a short sword.
Which is good.
Get rid of my drawing there.
Nice.
Do.
Yeah, you can choose all about.
Okay.
Okay,
Sorry.
there we go. That's okay.
Now I will zoom in on the map. So I personally have not fought any of these guys before.
No, but... Okay, so I'll tell you one thing, because Ava actually did this under Remy's control. Dispel magic kills Helmed Horrors immediately.
Oh,
Yep.
okay.
Instantly
And
kills.
they're weak to fire, which is why I took the flame arrows spell,
Yeah.
which is the spell that you can change out if you don't want it. Because that's the one that I took.
Nice.
Yep. Tomb Guardians hit like a brick, so get away from them.
Yep.
Yeah. There's the reason why I like them so much. But moving on.
Luckily, this one will be attacking with disadvantage.
Yep.
I'm guessing dispel magic is an option.
Yes, it is.
Yes. Alright. I will dispel the one furthest away.
Yep, Helmed Horror 1. You cast a spell magic. Whatever magic animates the Helmed Horror disappears, and the pieces of armor clatter to the ground.
I want to move back
Move back.
a little bit.
Yep, a little bit, not all the way
Maybe
to the
2
wall.
squares. Yeah.
Yep. Alright, it is now the enemy's turn.
Just a sec. I'm just making sure
Yep.
I don't want to use my bonus to do something. Actually, I'm going to drink a potion of healing.
Good idea. Yes.
Yeah.
What are the potions of healing again?
So a normal one is 2d4 plus 2.
2d4 plus 2. Alright, thank you.
So the Tomb Guardian stomps towards Alessander, getting an attack of opportunity from the fire elemental.
I have an idea. Let's not do that.
Also takes 1d10 fire damage because it's a light.
Does, yes. So go ahead, roll that, and then roll the attack of opportunity.
That was an 8.
8, nice.
An attack of opportunity is a 15.
15, nice. That is a hit. Actually, no, it's not. It's not a hit because it's armor class of 17, so that's fine. It moves towards Alessander and makes a spiked gauntlet attack with disadvantage.
Yay.
So that is a nat 1 on its disadvantage.
Yay.
It goes in for its next one, and that is a 21 with disadvantage.
Less, yay.
So, Alessander, you take 13 points of bludgeoning damage, plus 9 points of piercing damage.
10 plus 9, gets force, yay.
Luckily, it is not silvered.
Yeah, I was going to say, you see you get backed away and you just have Boba just getting up going, still want one.
Meanwhile, Helmed Horror 2 raises its longbow and fires at Ava, and that is a 16 to hit.
That misses.
Yep, so Ava ducks as the arrow flies over her head. Okay, it is now Onyx's turn. Oh wait, no, it's Alessander's turn. Then Onyx's.
Why so quiet?
Sorry, I got 14 for my.
Yep. And what did Alessander get?
I got 13.
Oh, okay, so it is Onyx's turn first.
Yep.
I mixed them up.
Yep.
Okay, so Onyx, you're up.
Oh, so sorry, I was muted because I was eating.
That's fair.
Happens.
I am going to. Did we ever work out if Tomb Guardians are weak to fire? I can't remember.
They are indeed.
They are
Yeah.
indeed. In fact, it gives
Okay.
them disadvantage until their next turn.
They hate it. It's literally Frankenstein.
Yeah.
These
Fair enough.
things absolutely hate fire.
I've
Very
got-
bad.
Yeah,
I'm
pretty
gonna
much.
Cast Firebolt using a sorcery point to twin it.
Yep. So one for the Helmed Horror and one for the Tomb
Yes.
Guardian.
One each. So that's 2d20s. That is fucking annoying.
Mhm.
The Guardian got a 15,
That
and
is-
the Horror got a nat 1.
Okay, so neither of those hit.
Fun.
Firebolts just speed off in different directions, hitting the walls.
That reminds me of being Reaver.
Yeah, it's the bitch.
Then I'm going to move to here.
Yep.
Aw.
Rush up in front of Alessander.
Huddle behind my shield with my trident out, and roar.
I thought you were going to say and cry.
He knows
now
it's
I'm
not the
doing
monsters
the
that are
Roman
the threat.
thing of behind the shield, spear out,
Yeah, shield wall.
yelling at me.
Nice.
Okay.
Nice.
It is now Alessander's turn.
Well, I had an idea for this turn, but I can't really do that while there's someone sitting directly in front of me, so instead I will just simply cast Firebolt at Tomb Guy and just looks in front of it and it's like, Bobbit's really sorry. She's gonna make one of you someday. It's gonna be really awesome, but please stop hitting me. It hurts. Why? Alright, Firebolt. On. Christ, that's an 11, so that just kind of fizzles out in front of him.
Yep. Okay. So I would like both Bobbit and Onyx to make luck checks, Call of Cthulhu style, please.
Okay. Oh no.
41.
41.
Are we rolling high or low?
You're trying to. So we'll say a high is pass, a low is fail. D&D, so you roll higher, not lower.
Shit. I rolled a 6.
Okay.
God
So
damn it.
you guys, your firebolts careen off in different directions and accidentally strike some of the pink growth behind your target.
Oh, no.
burning patches of it away, and suddenly little eye stalks poke out, and
Damn.
I did plan to do this, I just forgot to do it in his turn. So Onyx, I'd like you to roll a D10, please.
Fuck
Oh no!
6.
6. Pew! I need you to make a DC 16 strength save, please.
Of course. Nat 20, fuck you!
And Eye Stalk fires a telekinesis ray at you, but you hold still in your shield wall and are not moved. Alessander, please roll a D8, a D10.
D10?
Yep.
2.
2. Okay, please make a DC 16 con save.
Uh-oh, yay. Okay, con, come on. Nat 20, fuck you!
It fires a disintegration ray at you, which you dodge, and take 22 points of force damage instead of 44.
Ow.
It is now.
Why?
It is now Sir Lucian's turn.
Everything hurts.
Alrighty.
Everybody
Hurts right now.
You know what? I might just go straight in for the attack on the Tomb Guardian.
Yep, so you rush up, go ahead, roll to hit him.
That is a 10 plus
11, that's a hit. Go ahead,
Yeah.
roll your damage.
Definitely. Alright, that is 13 points of damage there.
Yep.
That's my second attack.
Yep, go ahead for your second attack.
That is definitely a hit.
Yep.
That's another 26 points all up.
Ooh, nice. He's looking quite bloodied at this point. It is.
Hey, what do you know? So do I.
It is now Zinhorn's turn.
So Zinhorn is still in Armored Cat, so he's going to dive, pounce forms straight at this Guardian.
Yep, so you leap over the funeral barge and pounce at the Tomb Guardian.
He's now flanked.
He is now flanked.
So does that mean I get advantage, or
Yes, you get advantage. He's now flanked.
You got advantage anyway because I roared at him.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh, really?
Well, that was a 4 and a 17, so that is a 23 to hit.
That is a hit. Roll your damage.
And needs to make a DC 14 strength save.
He's going to attempt to do that. He rolled a 19.
Yep, so he is not prone.
Yep, you're unable to knock him prone.
Well, that was 1 point of damage plus 5, so 6 points of damage.
Yep.
And then bonus action, good old-fashioned vines are going to come down over the top from the pounce.
Yep, and attempt to strike him with their axe.
Yep. Which is... Oh, that's a fail.
Yep. The vines swing with the axe and it bounces off the Tomb Guardian's armor. They just retract back to your body looking dejected.
And then the fire elemental is going to come over and attack the Tomb Guardian as well.
Yep, go ahead, roll to hit.
That is a 13 plus... Oop, it's over here, plus 6, so that is a 19.
19, that is a hit. Roll the damage.
2d6. It's many different dice. That is 4 points of damage for the first.
Yep. Which is actually 8.
And then that is a 15 for the second hit.
Ooh, so 30. Ooh, nice.
No,
it's not fire, it's just bludgeoning?
No, that's a 15 to actually hit.
Oh, okay, so neither of those hit.
Yeah, so the first one hit, the second one didn't.
Yeah.
Is he still on fire?
He is still on fire.
Then the fire elemental is going to make its way into the Helmed Horror 2's space.
Yep. And set it alight.
Blaze it.
Sweep through it, it catches a flame. Okay, it is now Ava's turn.
Okie dokie. Alright. I want to go straight...
1 point of fire damage as it passed through.
Yep, 1 point.
Yeah.
Okay. I want to go straight for the Tomb Guardian.
Yep, just run right up.
Yep. It is flanked.
It is flanked, so you get advantage.
Alright. So I will use... I guess I'm using my Moon Touch first.
Yep.
So that is 16 plus 10, so 26.
16 plus 10, 26. That is a hit. Roll your damage.
Yeah. That is... So that's 8 regular damage.
Yep.
Does it take psychic?
It does take psychic.
That's 1 psychic.
Your next
I believe
attack.
Declaring it as my favorite.
Oh, yep, gives you an extra 1d4. Oh, actually, 1d8.
1d6.
Yeah. Actually, I think it's 1d8, because 9th level.
I can check.
I'll check for you, so you don't have to actually open a book.
Alright.
Favored foe is... Oh, wait, no, it is 1d6. You're right. It doesn't go to 1d8 till level 14.
Alright. So that is 3.
Yep. Your next attack.
Okay. Next I'll do my offhand.
Yep.
With my Serpent's Fang.
Yes.
And that is 21.
That's a hit. Roll your damage. He is not immune to poison damage.
Excellent.
Yay.
That is 8 regular damage.
Yep.
Where is my D10? Where are you?
Where you, D10?
Yes, there it is.
There it is, clicky clack.
Clicky clack number.
3 poison damage.
3 poison damage. Nice. Okay.
And now my
Your
extra
next
attack.
Yes.
That is 23.
That is a hit. Roll the damage.
I nearly used the wrong dice then. Alright, that is 9 damage.
9 damage. Okay. Nice. It is now the enemy's turn. The Tomb Guardian is low on HP, so he's going to roll a d6. He rolled a 4, so he doesn't go berserk. Instead, he holds out
7 points of fire damage because it's still a flame.
Yes, he's still a flame. He's really low on HP. He makes his first multi-attack against Sir Lucian. That is a nat 20, so it hits Sir Lucian.
Oh, no.
So
Does Sir Lucian have armor that resists him to crits?
I'm naked.
He actually
Why
doesn't.
are you naked?
He traded in his
I had
adamantine.
enough time.
He traded in his adamantine armor for some +1 chainmail, so he's not immune.
Shit.
So he takes 52 points of bludgeoning damage.
How many?
52 points of bludgeoning damage.
I'm not gonna lie, better you than me, man, because...
I am
Jesus.
exactly on 52 temporary hit points, so I'm dead.
No, you're down. You're down.
You're making a death save.
Oh, God.
And then the extra damage I don't bother doing because you've already been knocked out, so you're making a death save.
Death save is... What am I scoring higher then?
So you just, roll a d10. If it's above 10, you pass your death save.
You mean a d20?
Oh,
Roll a
d20. Yeah, sorry, d20.
For fuck's sake,
yeah.
don't screw him over.
Don't screw him over.
Alright, here we go. It is a 15.
15, that's a pass,
Stop
okay.
killing me.
One down.
It makes its second multi-attack against Ava. And that is a... Oh, seriously? Another nat 20?
Jesus!
Okay.
Ava is resisting crits.
Yeah, Ava is resisting crits. So Ava, you take 20 points of bludgeoning damage, not 40.
Yeah.
Plus 11 points of piercing damage. 31 altogether.
11? Alright.
Helmed Horror 2 decides to try and attack Onyx.
After taking 6 points from the being flamed up.
Yep, from being flamed up. So the first is a 22 to hit.
Yes, that hits, sorry.
So that is 14 points of slashing damage. And the second is a 9 and is unable to pierce your shield. It is now Onyx's turn.
I'm gonna poke it.
Go ahead.
With my trident.
Yay. Yay, Spells.
Do you have any I missed Paul.
Bonus action, I'm going to cast Branding Smite.
Yep.
I just need to get it up. Because dumb me didn't think of this until right now. It's already damage. Okay. So that's my bonus action, and then as my action, I'm going to try and poke it. That was a 19.
19, that is not a hit. Glances off its armor.
Oh.
Helmed Forest with an AC of 20.
Okay, well, I still have my Branding Smite.
Yep.
That was my bonus and my action. Yeah, that's it.
Okay.
I'm just huddling behind my shield.
It's Alisander's turn.
Okay. So, mission is down.
I'll be
Tomb
right back.
Guardian is... I don't think I could kill the Tomb Guardian in one go unless I actually managed to hit the damn thing, although that being said, I don't know if I
It
want.
does look quite hurt.
Part of me would really like to just bail and nick off, but... That's... Is anyone going to be able to get to or help Solution?
Yes,
Zinhorn.
Zinhorn will be able to help him.
Would it be possible if, just hypothetically, back when I was about
when I was on my way to die. Could I have used a parry, or do you have to do it in response to the attack?
You have to do it in response.
Reduce the amount of hit points.
Yeah.
Response to the attack.
But I will tell you that since your superiority die is only a D8, you wouldn't have been able to parry enough to not go down. Because he dealt enough damage with that first hit, 52, to knock you out, and then he still had to do another 2d8 of piercing damage.
Okay.
Oh, it made a difference.
Okay, yeah. I'm going to really try a firebolt here, because it's the only thing I have that does a crap ton of damage to this thing. So please, for the love of all that is holy. Oh, thank God, that's a 19 plus 9, so that's actually
a hit. Go ahead, roll the damage, double it.
5 damage is... Firebolt does d8s, don't it?
Yes. Well, actually,
yes,
they're higher now, because you're above 5th level, it's 2d8.
Yeah, it's just 2d8, but I was just trying to remember which dice I had to roll for it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Firebolts are d10s.
Oh, wait, yes, it is.
Is it?
Yeah, 2d10.
Oh.
It's one of the more stronger.
It is, but it's fire, so it's common damage type.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. Alright. 5. Alright, that's going to be 22 points of fire damage.
Ooh, double that to 44 and...
No, that 22 was the double damage.
Oh, 22 is enough. Down he goes, screaming as he's lit a flame.
Well, but still wants one of these, but these things suck.
It is Sir Lucian's turn. Sir Lucian, make another death save, please.
One pass. Please keep rolling high, sir.
Oh, that is an 8.
That is an 8. That's
Okay,
one
one
fail.
one.
It is now Zinhorn's turn.
So Zinhorn is going to get out of Sabertooth form.
Yep, so now back
I was
at
going
1
to say,
HP.
don't worry about Sir Lucian. I've got it.
I'm going to cast Mass Cure Wounds.
Okay.
Probably a good idea.
That'll do it.
Well then.
I have 1 5th level spot, and now seems like a pretty decent time to use it since a lot of people.
Please.
So that is, what is that? That is 3d8.
Any and all healing would be fantastic. Thank you.
That is 7 plus 6 is 13. Plus 3 is 16. Plus 5 is 21 points of healing.
Yep. So
up
Lucian...
to 6 creatures within a 30-foot radius.
Yep, so you're just going to heal everyone.
How many is that?
21 points of healing to basically everyone.
So Lucian, you're back up to 21 hit points. You're back in the fight.
And then Zinhorn is sort of going to go around to the other side of the sarcophagus and sort of crouch down.
Because he's only on 22 hit points.
He's on 22 hit points.
That seems fair. That seems fair.
And then he's going to summon the fire elemental to, do fire elemental things.
Yep, to sweep through the Helm's Horror and attack. Yep. So the fire elemental makes an attack on Helm's Horror 2.
First attack is a 23 to hit.
That is a hit. Roll the damage.
And that is 10 points of damage, fire damage.
So 20 altogether.
And then the second attack is a 22 to hit.
That is a hit. Roll the damage.
And that is another 10 points of fire damage.
It's another 20. He's looking quite hurt now. It is Ava's turn.
Is it?
Yep. You can finish him off, I think.
Alright, I'll go smack him.
You run over to him. He is flanked. Because he's flanked by you and the fire elemental.
Because I like to be an asshole and make sure.
Yep.
I got a nat 20.
Oh, okay, go ahead. Roll your
damage. Murder most foul.
That is 20 damage.
Okay, that's enough to kill him outright then and there. You swing forward with your sword and decapitate where his head would be, and the headless helmet goes flying across the room. It clanks to the ground, and then the rest of the armor just falls inert.
Ava looks smug and walks away.
Badasses don't look at explosions.
Yeah, they don't.
Exactly.
They don't look at explosions. Ava's back and she's kicking ass.
Zinhorn just pops his head over the sarcophagus and goes, "Good job," and then ducks back down.
I was going to say, Boba just climbs into the actual boat. It's like, this place is dumb. This place is dumb.
Can I get my adamantine greatsword? Oh, no, actually, I'm not going to do that. Don't worry.
Yep.
I never said what I was going to do, so you can't make me do it.
It's okay. You don't have to do it.
I love that. Just that. I didn't say it. Doesn't count.
And Zinhorn proposes that we take a short rest.
Yay!
Probably a good idea. Rest? You can take a long rest if you like. Well, we have a safe place to go long rest up in the staff room. You just have to get back.
Go all the way back there.
Yeah, the problem is the door that we came through to get this way closed.
It did.
Well, there was more
guidance
on the wall.
That being said, we have a new door directly in front of us that we can leave.
Yeah.
The door. Yeah.
That said, there is the iron plate in the crawl space that leads to the staff room, so you have to prop that up again. Yeah, that's open now.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Sorry, the iron minotaur.
Yeah, the iron minotaur. And
Oh, the one that almost sliced Ava.
In half, yes.
That being said, can I look up a map of the second level, or did we not complete it all?
Yeah, you can look up a map of the second level.
Cool, because I just want to see where it lines up.
Yeah, you did complete all of it, so you can look up level 2.
Yeah. I just wanted to make sure, because...
You didn't crawl... There was like a crawl space that you didn't crawl into, but it literally just leads into the vats of wine. So...
Yeah.
That's why I just wanted to make sure. So before I pull it up and see what's in all of the other...
Yeah, it's fair enough.
I just wanted to,
Do it.
I'm doing it while also trying not to look at all the other results that have popped up on
Google. Do it.
Shh.
Just ignore the other ones and go for the ones that matter.
To be fair, if we just go up the stairs, there's the 2 secret doors that we've already opened.
Yeah, if you want to...
So we can actually get to the staff room really easily, as long as there's no guardians patrolling the second level center stairway.
Well, I'm pretty sure we took out the Tomb Guardian on the second floor.
Yeah.
Unless there's more of them.
Well, that's what I mean. Like,
So you want to head back upstairs? You want to head upstairs through the main balcony and rest there?
It is probably the best idea to go up.
If we're planning on taking a long rest, I'd like to wait, do I have to? I probably have to go back to use Animate Dead on the 3 skeletons to make sure they're still active and feeding Yaka.
Yep. So as you head down through the doorway into the balcony, you can hear a voice echoing from the south, and it's saying, "Ah, so you like that one, did you? Oh, here's another one. Let's see if you know. What's the difference between an alligator and a crocodile? One you'll see later, the other you'll see in a while." So it appears Yaka is indeed still active.
Yaka is indeed Gilbert Gottfried.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you so much.
So,
skulls are where they could go. Okay, cool.
Yep. Yes, the skulls on the map is where the are the places where the skeleton key can wander around to. So,
okay.
So you head upstairs. So Bobbert, you'd like to spend your last spell slot to throw another 24 hours of power on your skeletons?
I mean, it's not a spell slot, it's just the 1 use a day that I have.
Yeah.
So I figure if we're going to take a long rest, then technically I get it back after this rest anyway. It's just to make sure that they keep feeding him so he doesn't come in the middle of the night going, "Hey guys, I'm like 5 coins short. Now I'm going to bug you while you're trying to sleep.
I'm back." So as you make your way up the stairs, you expend your use of Animate Dead to ensure that the skeletons will continue to feed Yaka his coins.
Yep.
And as you move up the stairs, you just hear his voice fading away. "Why should you never eat a clock? Because it's too time-consuming."
There's this point, Bo just keeps giggling to herself, and in her head, all she can hear is just going, "No, stop." Okay, that one was kind of funny, but no.
So you make your way back to the staff area, settle down in Wither's office, and have a long rest. And I think we'll leave it there for this week.
Yeah. While the fire elemental was still up, and because he only needs the fire, Zinhorn was going to just keeping and having a look, checking out the fire elementals, just trying to get to the roots of it a bit more, get a bit more of an understanding.
You're trying to understand your fire elemental a bit more. So I would like Zinhorn to please make a nature check.
Nature. That is a 16.
So your fire elemental now gets +1 to his damage rolls, in addition to his attack rolls. As you as you pull the door of Wither's office shut behind you and begin to settle down, sleep evades you. You're taunted by images of the horrors you've already seen in the Vault of Reflection, of Zinhorn and Ava's close calls with death, of Sir Lucian being punched out in one go in Aijin's tomb. And when sleep finally does come, you are haunted by dreams of horrors yet to come, of dreams of your own death that is starting to seem more and more inevitable. You each gain an inspiration point. Zinhorn and Ava each gain 2 inspiration points.
I'm already at max.
Well, you're already at max. So Zinhorn, you get 2. And yes, you don't level up. You don't level up till you complete this level of the dungeon. So next week we will press further into the Vault of Deception. You've cleared about half of it. We still have the room with the floating wooden platforms, the room south of the cylindrical room, and the entire western half of the dungeon.
I bet I know it.
Remains completely hidden.
I keep looking at this map, and I'm still pretty sure I know what the round room is. I just don't know it.
Yeah, and you
Especially
have...
now that I look and go 1,
sense.
2, 3, 5, 6, 7. There's like 9 spots there. We're looking for 8 beholder eyes. This kind of just adds itself.
Yeah.
I better
write
do the
2
beholder eyes.
Yeah, well, you have 5 altogether. 5 of 8. So
I've got 5 now.
Yep.
I have 1.
3
Wait, no,
more.
do I have 1 or I have 2? No, I have 2.
I have 2.
Yeah.
I have 2.
But altogether you have 5, so... Yeah, you just need to find 3 more.
Making sure that we don't... Yeah.
And, yeah. I won't lie, these rooms that are not yet revealed happen to be some of the deadliest ones on the level.
Someone who has literally already died in this.
Yes.
Yeah. Good times.
I'd like
I'm sorry, Abalaka.
I'd like to thank Fish for his running commentary on this section, and his congratulations that everyone survived so far.
Kind of, sort of.
Minus Abalaka.
We won't be streaming anything tomorrow because I have to go get a blood test done, so we won't have Cthulhu or Fallout. So
that's alright.
Fair enough.
So that's it for this week. We'll be back next week. We've got an eventful week next week. We have M2 and I starting Pokemon Wednesday on Wednesday, and then on Thursday we're going to continue onward into the Vault of Reflection, and then on Friday some Call of Cthulhu. So
it's going to be a great week with a shitload of death.
Death, yes.
Just death.
And of course,
if you like death, you're in the right place.
Of course, the Pokemon ROM hack we're playing is Blaze Black, so there's probably going to be a lot of death involved.
Especially because I'm being an idiot and saying, fuck it, it's a Nuzlocke, so death for all!
So we'll look forward to having everyone around next week. Until then, don't look at the shadow. Goodbye, everyone.
Bye!
Bye. Have a good time.